Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Back to Elite Dangerous. Oh, what's going on? Jump. There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Elite Dangerous and my crazy trip from Bickle Point back to the bubble. It's going to take us forever. I'm not going to make it in time, but we're going to try. So, I also have a guest today. Would my guest say hello?
Hello. How are you, Anubis?
I'm good. Just making sure that everything sounds good on the stream. I'm hoping everybody hears both of us. Let's make sure.
I should probably be the one to check that, right?
Sure, you go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Good, good.
I can hear me. So
Can you hear me?
I'm there.
Are there two me's or only one me?
There's no you.
What? You're kidding me.
Yes.
And Bernie's already arrived and contributed 20,000 points to the maybe we can do an engineering in space challenge. Oh my goodness! I think somebody really wants us to do an engineering in a space thing.
I just hold on to all of my points to make you slap yourself. That's all I
Yeah.
do.
Yes, I've noticed that. Yes. So here we'll do the quick preamble in the progress show. So far, I'm about to jump, so we'll do it in the next system. But basically, I have left Beagle Point.
Adjusting for jump.
Oh, and we have Astra back. I don't know if can you hear that, Apple, through the thing, or is that only on stream? Can you hear Astra talking?
No,
Okay.
No, I can't.
I hope she's on
Hull
stream.
integrity is within limits. All other systems are at normal levels.
Yeah, I think she's on stream.
Okay, that's going to be interesting. So if she's talking to me, you won't be able to. What's that, sorry?
Very robotic voice, a robotic
Yes.
lady?
A robotic lady. A robot.
Yes.
That's going to be fun. If she's talking to me and you're talking to me, you're not going to be able to hear her. Maybe that's something I should fix.
On the stream is so slight that I can actually listen to it without destroying myself.
Well, there
So
you
it's
go.
all good.
All
I
right.
remember streams used to be like 30 seconds delay, didn't they? Like.
Yep, they did.
It's now like 2 seconds. It's insane.
I like it. All right. So here's the galaxy map, everybody. And an Anubis floating on a galaxy map. So here we are. I am currently in this sector here. I don't remember the name of the sector. I thought it showed me the names of the sectors here. But there's Beagle Point over here. How far away from Beagle Point? We are 36,000 light years away from Beagle Point. So we've made a fair flight in the last several days. And that's my current waypoint. I believe there is something here that we were going to. It's 7,000 light years away. We might actually be able to make that this stream. We'll see. But that'll get me, 3/4 of the way through this next sector, which will be nice. And this is the route we're traveling. So we're heading down this spiral galaxy arm. Actually, I don't even know what the name of the galaxy arm is. I should. But we're going down this galaxy arm. And then we will eventually pop over. And that's the human inhabited bubble of space. This tiny little area over here, where this clump of bookmarks are. That's humanity right there. And then here's the rest of the galaxy.
That's quite vast.
Yep. This is humanity over here. These little
It's as if
actually
space is big.
It's,
what am I thinking? It's vast. It's space.
Yeah.
Who says that?
Oh man, I wish I had the quote from Hitchhiker's Guide memorized. I was like, space is big. Really big. I think that's how it starts. Yeah. But yeah, that's where I was, way over there, Beagle Point. This is where we're going, over here. We still got about, actually we're getting to the point where we might be considering ourselves halfway home. We have 47,000 light years to go, and we've flown 36,000 light years so far.
We've what?
Yeah.
We've flown.
Flown?
We've flown. Flown.
So let's see. Yep. All those things. So where would halfway be? Let's see if I think halfway would actually be maybe kind of right about here ish. So once we get through this sector, this next sector, maybe a third of the way into the next sector, we will be there. But anyhow, that is the flight plan. So let us continue on our way. But how is the apple?
I'm very well, good sir. Thank you very much. I had a very good Christmas. Bit of a stressful one, as there was a lot of travelling for the last because we were allowed to travel on Christmas
Jumping
Day.
to next
It was the last time
system.
we were allowed to travel before we went into lockdowns. So we were all up and down the country. But yeah, no, it was good. How have you been?
Ah, been good myself. No traveling.
Yeah. No travelling.
Yeah,
As
no,
it
we're
should be, you know.
we're in lockdown. I wasn't even allowed to go see my family over Christmas. So
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the country weren't. It just so happened that most of my family happened to be in a tier that we could travel into, so I got a bit lucky there. We got this weird tier system, 1 through 4.
yes, I heard that there was I saw an article saying that the new UK strain of COVID just landed in
Yes,
Ontario
super
in
COVID,
Canada. Yeah, super COVID.
Brilliant.
We got
Enjoy super COVID, my friend.
enjoy
We are spreading
super.
it.
Well, it's in Spidey's neck of the wood, not mine, so I'm safe.
Oh, congratulations, Spidey. Enjoy our British present to you. You know, the only reason that New Zealand got cases again was because of a Brit. We
Oh,
travelled
really?
over there, and we're just like, hello, we shall give you COVID again. Oh dear. And then South Africa have now announced super COVID. They just
Super
released.
COVID. They just
Yeah, it just got
recent
announced.
upgrade. They've been working on it for months.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's an impressive feat. You know, it's like more than 70% infectious than the last new strain. So that's good. It's all
It's-
happy news in this year. It's been brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's been quite an interesting year, hasn't it? It's that's
That it
every
has.
conversation. I'm assuming that the same with you and your family, that you, as soon as you spoke to them, even if it's been like 2 or 3 days, the first thing you do is update each other on like the news that you've heard about the current state of the world. That's at least what we do, which is very depressing. Really,
Yep.
it's just
Well, my family does that. That's no different for me. My family does that to me all the time because I don't really pay attention to the news at all, ever. And so
that's a good
whenever
way
I
to
talk
live
to my
life.
family, they always make sure that they let me know, what's happening because I don't care.
yeah. You must. That's the way to live a stress-free life, is not to watch the news.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. So what was it, about almost 2 years ago now, probably, or maybe a year and a half ago? So the last vacation I took was probably about 2 years ish ago, maybe a little less than that. And my son and I went to Easter Island, which was amazing. That was a super awesome trip.
Always wanted to
But
go.
but I'll never forget, like all of the like my family, everybody, basically doing all the research and letting me all know about all the problems or all the things I'm supposed to do before I go, or what's the state of the world, and all the places we're
Yeah,
landing,
yeah.
because they know I won't. But which is funny because when it comes to travel, especially with my son, I'm totally going to do that work, right? But it's just like
course,
my
yeah.
normal everyday. They've just gotten so used to it that. Yeah,
They're your update. They're the
they're- yeah,
news for you.
they're my news feed. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Just sit down to the 9 o'clock Anubis family news.
That's right. Yeah. Well, there's this new.
Do they-
I don't.
they
Have you ever
have
heard
a
of
set
this?
for you?
A set for me.
They're like a little set where they FaceTime you, and it's like they've got a little desk and a suit on. And they're like,
Like CNN broadcast where they've got.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Tonight on the news for Anubis.
Yep. Just for you.
Of course, they don't call me Anubis, but
Oh no, your family don't call you Anubis.
no, they don't. Believe it or not.
Oh, that's strange.
Although it's talk about a-
demand. They call me Apple. Like,
that's right. It's
my
a
parents
funny
said, "No, we don't want that. You
dichotomy,
call me
right?
Apple, you...
Yeah. Totally. It's
I
super.
remember when we were having the Nid away, and you guys were in the bakery, and I can't remember where I was, but I wasn't there with you. And you guys were chatting amongst yourselves, going, "Oh, what would Apple want?" And the people were giving quite strange looks. I think you said that they were like,
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
Well, I refuse. Like, you are Apple to me, right? Like, period.
Yeah.
Like I know what your real name is, but real name, air quotes real name, because to me it's not your real name. Your real name is Apple.
Yes.
And so yeah, so no, and I remember we did have a conversation about that the first Knitaway when we all kind of like met each other for the first time, and we had a conversation about like should we use, you know, our given names um,
Yeah.
or our online names when we're out and about in the world, and we're all like, no, we're using the names we all know each other by. Screw everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah,
It was just funny to see other people's reactions when
Yep.
they just caught off guard by calling each other these very
strange names. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sal's
Sal
easy.
is a name.
That's
right?
yeah, exactly.
But,
That's a
like,
real name. Well, real name.
if we
That's
call you by
that's
your
a
full
accepted name.
title, like Anubis Ra, if we were just to say that in
Well, even
shouting
just
that down the high
Anubis,
street.
right? Because like
Even just Anubis.
right, because that's the name of an Egyptian god, right? So it's like
Yeah.
like that must be weird when somebody like if anybody knows anything about that stuff, right? It'd be like, what?
Yeah, it is very odd. I mean, it's just not a name that you'd expect to hear normally anyway. Out and about, I
Yeah.
don't think.
I imagine it's like if they're gamers and stuff out there, because I know like the Egyptian gods have been used in games quite a bit, right?
Sure.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to shoot this probe behind the planet because I'm going to hit the ring.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Can't shoot your bow.
I can't launch. I can't probe this world. Let's see if I can.
The ring. It's just not working.
I'm gonna try to shoot kind of right there, and then we'll try and do it on the other side, again without hitting the ring. Ugh. How far can I go? Oh, actually, I can do it pretty far on the top side. So let's go like that. All right, let's see if we can get it. I only need 6% more.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the point in scanning? I've been watching you scan these, but I don't know what it like achieves for you.
What it achieves for me? Well,
yeah,
what it
like,
achieves?
What's the point in scanning?
Well, so you are collecting. Oh my god, 88%. Like I needed to hit 90. Oh, stupid. Okay, well let me line it up. Now it doesn't matter. I didn't get my efficiency bonus, so I'm just gonna fire off a couple probes. There we go. But basically, you've got. So if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the efficiency target, and it'll show number of probes that you have that you're allowed to use to get the efficiency bonus, and then the number that you've currently used. It just disappeared because I went over, but now we've hit. Once you hit 90%, you get the full thing. And basically, what happens is once you do this, you're collecting data, right? So there's when you first enter into the system, normally all you'll get is just the star, right? And then that'll get you a little bit. So basically, you'll collect some data about the star, and when you turn all of the stuff in, there's a when you like at a station, there's a universal cartographics shop or whatever that you can go to, and you can turn in all of your exploration data to them, and then they pay you for it, right? So
Oh, okay.
when you come in and you get the star, it's like, okay, you can get a little bit of money for just finding the star, right? But then if you actually scan, so when you come in, there's that the FFS or the FSS scanner, I believe it's called, I can't remember the name, what it actually stands for, but it's basically a giant telescope on your ship, right? And then you can zoom in on all of the different bodies within the system, and then you can actually get information on all the different planets and moons and whatever else, right, that's in the system. You get even more money then for all of that, right? But then if you fly up to a planet and probe it, then that's actually putting like probes in the atmosphere, like kind of like, you know, like almost like satellites kind of like around the, and then you're getting a whole bunch more information, like detailed now information about the surface of the planet, and then you turn that in for even more money. So you,
Does that
and if you want to,
benefit the player base as well. Like, can they use that
so
info somehow?
not from what I can tell, there's no gameplay mechanic that they can benefit off of it. I don't know if Frontier use it for like maybe as the game continues and new systems get colonized by humanity, right? Like they might, I don't know if they use that data to decide, oh hey, look, you know, people have found Earth-likes in this system, so that makes sense that people would go there because they don't need to terraform it, you know. But so yeah, so as far as I know, like it's not, there's no like in-game kind of mechanics to it right now, other than you find this, you're out there exploring, you find all this information, and you can turn it in for credits.
Leaving system.
But yeah, I'm hoping, like, I would really like at some point in the future for that to be something that other people could use, right? Like that would be really cool if explorers go out there and find all this stuff and then they bring it back. What I would really like, and this would be not just for exploration, but for basically, for kind of like all the different types of things that you can do in game, is I'd like player actions to cause feedback into the mission generation
Fuel
system
scooping complete.
that then creates missions for other people to go do as a follow-up. You know what I mean? Or even yourself.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah. So like if I went out and I found, you know, some really cool stuff out in the galaxy, right? Like some Earth lights or whatever, right? And then you go back into the galaxy, like the place that you turned it in, right? Let's say now there's a mission that gets generated by, fly out to this place and, you know, do whatever as a follow-up mission. Like again, with the
Course
exploration stuff, I don't know how much
adjustment.
you can do,
Frame
right
shift
now.
now engaged.
but one thing that might be cool.
Exit
With-
destination confirmed. Arrival
Just
in
keeps talking.
5, 4, 3,
Wow, she's chatty.
2, 1.
I think there's a way to turn her off, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, like I've wondered about this for a while. Where, let's say you're doing a whole bunch of trade missions, right? Or no, what would be a better? Like trade missions could definitely be something that could be generated, right? So let's say you come in and there's a bunch of pirate activity, right? Let's say in the system. So you take on a bunch of combat missions to go kill the pirates, right? So and you and other people are all doing this, let's say, and then so slowly the actual pirate activity is reducing because there's people getting rid of them all, right? And so then the system becomes safer, and because of that, then there's more trade missions, let's say, right, that you could do. So, and I think that kind of stuff might already be happening. I could be wrong, but more direct stuff, let's say,
Exit
where
destination confirmed. Arrival in 5, 4,
Astra's talking.
3, 2, 1.
She just
But-
interrupted quite a bit, didn't she?
yeah, she is, yeah. I might have to turn her off.
Fuel scooping.
But what was I was thinking, like, let's say you did a,
Fuel scooping complete.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a good example, right? Where the actions of one player could then cause a mission of another type, right? So let's say,
Frame shift.
like
drive
if somebody
charging.
comes in and delivers, let's say smuggles in some illegal stuff in this, that's considered illegal in this system. And then a mission could be generated where it's like, okay, now there's a smuggling mission to take the stuff that got delivered and take it somewhere else.
Maximum velocity.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. Or even like, let's say somebody, I'm trying to think, like, because I know that there are some missions
Confirming
where it's like, go
exit
get some
point
data.
telemetry. Stand by.
So if you, let's say, a mission gets generated, let's say to go to a base and scan and get a bunch of data from them. And then you turn that data in, and then that data is analyzed at the station, and then another mission, right, about that faction that you stole the data from gets generated to say like, oh, they're planning this and that and the other thing. So now we need a combat pilot to go intercept this ship, and like a bounty has now been placed on some dude's head because of the data you found. You know what I mean? Like that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, some kind of whistleblower that you've now got to.
Frame shift drive
Right.
charging.
So yeah, I know. I mean, things like that. And now there's like that kind of stuff could just happen and nobody would even know, right? So almost like if there was an integration between that and Galnet too, I think that'd be a lot of fun, where it actually uses the commander's names, right? Like say, like
Yeah.
Interstellar
notorious
velocity at maximum.
notorious pirate blah 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 was killed today, bounty retrieved by commander whatever, who found the data on planet blah 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 when
Engaging
commander whatever
exit
like
protocols.
exposed this person.
Yeah.
Like that kind of like news feed that kind of like shows the trail, exposes the player actions that cause change in the galaxy. I don't know. I think that'd be neat. I I imagine that's complicated as hell though.
Yes, yeah. Very hard to do, I imagine, but it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done a lot of hard things already, though. With this
Oh.
game, so.
Well, just the galaxy is a hard thing.
Yeah.
Frameshift drive.
Whenever I look at the just the span, like the scope of the galaxy, and I know that like every single point of light on that map is a star that you can actually fly to.
3, 2,
Just boggles my mind.
Yeah, it's quite just insane, isn't it? It's so much fun though to have games that are that vast.
Yep.
You couldn't think of it 10 years ago, or maybe probably a little bit longer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, not even 10 years ago. I don't. Oh, well, I guess how old is Elite now? Right, 6 years old. Going on 7. So.
fuel scooping.
So it's what
Did I- when it first
33
came out,
oh.
didn't know how to play.
Yeah. Well, you can tell by the year, right? Because it's what 3306 right now in the game, or 33. Because that's basically because the game started in 3300, right? So you know how long it's been out because of the date. Like what
Oh,
year is it?
okay.
Yeah. Like if I go, does it tell me? I think it's 3306, and we're going into 3307. So I think we're going in, or it could be, I don't know, something like that. It's either the fifth or the 6th year, and we're going into either the 6th or the 7th year of Elite Dangerous. One of those two. I think it's 3306 right now.
4,
That sounds crazy. That this game has been out for 6 years.
Yeah, it was quite bare bones when it first came out, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's funny, I didn't get into it. Like, I didn't even know it existed. I missed the whole Kickstarter. I missed all of that
Key
stuff.
systems are at optimum levels, readying for exit.
Thanks, Astra. When I just stopped talking, it's probably because she's interrupting me. It's funny. I know that Astra is basically just a, voice acted bot, right? But I can't help it, right? Like I feel rude interrupting.
That is the most Canadian thing you've ever said in your life.
Humans, right? We what's the word? What's the word? I don't know if I can pronounce it properly at the moment. But when we give human attributes to non-sentient things,
Oh, that's
or
really gonna annoy me now. Don't
when we
know.
anthropomorphize.
Oh yeah, and for oh god, no, I'm struggling now.
Did I mess you up now?
I don't know how to say it now that you said it. That way. That's the word said.
Yeah, but we're good at that.
Complete.
Right, we think something is looking at us all sweet and cuddly like, and then we like it, even though it's just like literally somebody painted some cute eyeballs onto a rock, and now we feel for it.
That's Gerald. It's not just a rock. Yeah, it's strange that, isn't it? Like how much attachment we put on these things that just
Vectors.
the fabric or sometimes just a rock, you know.
Frameshift
Yep.
now engaged. No anomalies detected.
Yeah.
You can buy pet rocks.
Key systems are
pet rocks. Would you like one?
A pet rock?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can get you one off Amazon.
Yeah. Okay.
I've looked right now. They're £1.89 for a pet rock. It's a rock with googly eyes.
Is there an option to de-COVID it?
Complete.
No, COVID included, I'm afraid.
COVID included.
That's
Oh my God, there's a
That's full
scam.
COVID.
I bet you there's a scam that's gonna start soon.
Frameshift drive charging.
I offer de-COVID. Send your. I offer de-COVID
yeah.
options.
Send your stuff to my address and I'll decovidify it. We should
De-COVIDify
start that
it.
business,
yeah.
actually.
That's right.
Imagine all the things we could have.
Mm-hmm. Just get a bunch of
Heaven
post
knows
boxes
that
all around the
Boris
world.
needs the money. Boris just spent £1,500 on audio equipment, so.
Oh yeah, I'm about to do that.
Are you really?
I'm gonna get the gear that you guys are using. Yeah.
Complete.
Well, I
Yeah,
think I'm
yeah.
ready for a mic upgrade anyway because this mic is really like I like this
It's
mic.
giving you problems, isn't it?
Fuel
But
scooping.
for whatever reason, I always seem to get the one that has problems. And so, first of all, I want to say that the Rode Podcaster, which is the mic I use, is amazing. It is from
It
from
is.
all the reviews, from everybody else that has
Yeah.
talks about it, right? It's unbelievable mic. But me, and it's great. Like except for this one problem, it's been awesome. And I think I sound good in it, right? Like I've had no real issues with it, other than the fact that
4,
for whatever reason,
2,
and you know what, I'm gonna get a new mic, I'll get a whole new setup, and then I'll find out that the problem is something completely different, and I don't know, it has something to do with the computer or my setup, or I don't know. But there seems to be some sort of a grounding issue, right? Where if I get up and I walk around, and then I sit back down at my desk, and then I touch the mic,
system scan complete.
then
Fuel scooping.
the speakers stop working. Like so, and the mic goes all wonky, right? Like I sound all weird
Fuel
in the
scooping
mic.
complete.
And what I have to do to fix it is unplug the USB cable from the mic and plug it back in, and then everything's fine. But of course, when I do that, the program that I use to do all of my audio routing, which is a piece of software called Voicemeter, which is also really good and does a lot of cool things, that crashes when I unplug the mic. So, so I always have to remember that. Okay, I sit down, and normally the test is, you know how on Windows there's that little icon in your toolbar for the speakers, right? And if you click on that, you get the little the bar that shows you the volume level of your speakers, and then if you just change that volume level, then your machine will just make like a bubbling noise or whatever it is, right? So what my test when I sit down is I plug in my headphones, or I have my headphones on, right? And then I just click on that to hear the bling. And if I don't hear the bling, then I know my mic is broken. And then I have to shut down Voicemeter so it doesn't crash. And then I have to unplug the mic, plug it back in, wait a couple seconds, then turn Voicemeter back on, because I'll have no sound without Voicemeter, because everything runs through that. And and then all of a sudden I'll start hearing stuff again. And I know that everything's still working in the background, because like if I'm playing music, right, like I won't be able to hear the music, but as soon as I do that rotation, then what am I doing? Oh, I'm totally okay. When I do that rotation, all of a sudden the music just starts playing, right? Like all of a sudden, right? So it's like, like everything on the computer is still working fine. It's just the hardware got all messed up. So it's like,
Yeah,
So
and it should be said that I own that microphone for almost as long as you did, because you suggested I got it because it was so good, and it is good. And I had no issues whatsoever.
Absolutely no
It worked
issues, yeah.
perfectly the entire time. The
And
only reason I upgraded is because XLR is just a bit better, just a bit easier, a bit more useful. And,
well, see, and that's what I'm hoping, right? Is like,
adaptable.
can I get rid of all these problems by going XLR? I don't know.
Yeah. See, like there's so much you can do with a really good mixer as well that like you'd have to do in software elsewhere. It's just so much easier to play around with physical equipment and fine tune it that way. But yeah, no, you seem to have the dud with equipment. I seem to have problems with every game I play. That's the two caveats.
Yeah, hardware hates me, software hates you.
Yeah. Very much so. Like to the point where games will just do the most outrageous things. It's just, how? Why did that happen?
Yeah, too funny. Yeah, if there's anybody in chat, say hi. I can see there's a few people watching, but nobody's saying anything. So hi everybody. Hi chat. We're still here.
It's because I'm here. I'm sorry.
That's because you're here. Yeah, you scare them away. Well, I mean, the stench of your voice goes through the speakers, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's how it works, I believe. Yeah.
But yes, no. These chitty chats are good for just passing the time as I fly through space. I've got a lot of nid points. I've got I've got almost 11,000 nidites.
I had that many for a while, and then I was asked to use them on lots of things, so I did. I obliged.
Right.
Now I just get 2,000, make you slap yourself, and then lose them all again.
Yeah. Well, I guess Bernie Bear had 20,000 that he just used. So
That's insane. 20,000.
yeah.
Uh, f- did you happen to catch Boris's? I know you were on it for a while, but the Christmas or the Nidmas stream. Did you manage to watch
Yeah,
that?
I caught the first like half of it, I guess, because I was around for the beginning part, up until the end of Cards Against. I think is where I went to bed after that.
Okay. So I'm just rewatching it now.
So I don't know what happened after that. There was gingerbread house baking happening in the beginning. There was the Christmas tree chit chat at the beginning, and then there was baking, and then there was games that were had, right? A bunch of games that were played, like card games and stuff, and Cards Against, and yeah. And then after that, I went to bed. So I imagine that they finished making the gingerbread houses, and I don't know what else happened because I haven't gone back and watched it yet. I still have to go back and watch the latest novel creation stream.
Oh yeah, those are fantastic, aren't they? They are so good.
Yes. I've seen the first two. I haven't
He's
seen the third
so-
one yet.
He says he's not a creative person in a lot of ways, but it's just a very different style of creativity. I think it's hilarious some of the things he comes out with. It's amazing.
I agree.
I've
Yeah.
been trying to find something to stream. I've just really not had anything that's come out recently that I've been interested in enough that I want to put out.
Yeah. Well, Spidey's doing Cyberpunk. That's probably something you would have enjoyed,
Yeah.
but he's doing it, so.
I haven't picked it up. I don't mainly because of I heard about the bugs, but I'm pretty sure now a lot of people are talking about that it's almost.
I think the majority of the
Very
issues
playable
were on
game.
console, not on PC. But I could be wrong on that.
Yeah,
but
I
I
heard
haven't
that too,
so I have a
yeah.
copy of the game too, and I've been
Oh, you do?
playing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been playing it here and there, but not on stream because like Spidey's doing that, so I'll let him have his big run. But yeah, I haven't had any problems, and from what Spidey's saying, it's like he hasn't had any real problems either, right? So I think the PC version was a lot
Okay.
stabler right off the
Stable,
get-go than the console ones, and but they've also dropped a bunch of like bug fixes and stuff since it came out too. So
Yeah, there was a day one patch, I think, wasn't there? So
yeah, probably. I mean, that's pretty normal for all software. Those like day one patch, it seems, because like once everybody gets into it, right, they find all the things that the test team didn't find.
yeah,
It's the thing about software too, right? Where it's like you can test and test and test and test, but your test team is probably like what, 5 people, or maybe for a company like that, maybe they had 100 testers. I don't know, but even then, even if you had 100 testers, when it releases to the world that has been waiting for it, and all of a sudden you've got hundreds of thousands of people all playing it,
Yeah.
right? It's like you're never gonna find like the stuff that they find.
yeah.
But-
That's a hell of a lot of people to just drop on it. They're gonna find
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, so I don't know. But I always, like, I have a lot. I think I am much more sympathetic and lenient to games and software in general because that's my life, right? Or not games, but
Yeah.
writing software, right? So I know what goes into writing software, and I know how complicated it is, and I know how much testing you do, and there's still problems, and it's like everybody, like, you can't say that like they wanted to make, you know that they wanted to make the best game that they could, and they wanted to release a game
Yeah,
without any
yeah.
problems, right? Like, that, like that's their livelihood, but it's also like this project I feel like was pretty passion project for them, right?
Yeah, I can't.
So it's like you, yeah.
There's so many developers that must go into it that are super passionate, and they're not trying to make a bad game. Nobody ever tries to make a bad game.
Yeah.
Not often, anyway.
And don't get me wrong, anybody listening, right? Like from my experience so far in the game, they didn't make a bad game. They made a great game. I'm loving it. but yeah, like these day one problems, right? Or first week problems or whatever, right? And the turnaround's been pretty quick, right? Like
Yeah.
they've been
Yeah.
patching real fast. Yeah. Although the thing that this stuff gets me, like I read this post about, I guess there are people, so on the console, because the console was having, and maybe that, like there was stuff that happened on the consoles that maybe shouldn't have happened. I don't know, but they even started offering refunds, right, on the console for the game, and some people took advantage of this, and some people that took advantage of the refunds were surprised, aghast, and mad at the company when they couldn't play the game anymore.
I saw this.
I was like, are you welcome to the world we live in now, where people think that they can yell and scream, get a refund for a game, and then still get to keep it? It's like,
Yeah.
what? Like, what? Like, what?
Yeah, it's just insane. I saw an article about that. I was just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. The entitlement there is just off the scales. Like, wow. That's nuts. But and can you just imagine too? Like, I can imagine the developers of the game, right? Just like, wait, what? Like, what?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Of course you can't play the game. You asked for a refund, and we gave it to you. So you give back the property that we made. Oh man, it's just hilarious, right? It's like, can you imagine going into a
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, can you imagine like going in to say like buy a car, right? And you go in and you buy a car, and then like, you know, you take it out for, you drive it around, and let's say there's some problem, like a legitimate problem with it or whatever, right? But it's still, you know, like you can still works, but there's some problems with it, and you're really upset. So you take it back to the dealership, and you're like, I want a refund. They're like, and you're like, okay, well, you know, give us the keys. I'm like, what do you mean give us the keys? No, I'm going to keep the car, but you give me the money back because they've got a problem. It's like, no, no, give us back the car. But I don't even think they'd give you a refund.
Some strange panting and or heavy breathing noises. It's not me being very strange. It's my dog in the background. He's just entered the room, so I just thought I'd let you know. If you hear that, it's not me just breathing at you down the mic.
Okay, good to know. Oh, jeez. I am really good at not catching the slowdown in time on this. I've done so many loops of shame.
I remember the first time I ever tried to land in Elite Dangerous.
This is everybody's first experience.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty sight. It was a lot of bumping and smashing and just a lot of issues.
Yeah, I know the classic thing too, when people try and land in Elite Dangerous when they're not quite sure what's going on, is when they're lined up backwards with the landing, with the dock, right? Oh my god, there's a planet like right there, and it's dark, and I almost flew right into it because it was so dark I couldn't. The only reason I knew there was a planet there was because I couldn't see the stars. Just a big black circle, and there's no stars. It's like, uh-oh. So let me fly away a little bit, and then we'll turn around. But sorry, yeah, like I know for me that was one of the things that I had trouble with when I first played the game was it's like I lined up I remember I lined up with the landing dock and everything, and I was like perfectly over top of it, and you know it was doing like the bling 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 noises and everything, and there was like, and I'm like, I'm right over top of it, and then I run out of time, and they start yelling at me and all this kind of stuff. I'm like what am I doing wrong? I'm like literally right over the spot. What's going on? And it was because I was backwards.
Yeah.
I wasn't facing the right way.
I'm sure I had Mir helping me the first time I did it, so I got a little bit of inside info about things
Yeah.
from him.
Oh man, that was rough. I remember. I think it took me like a good 40 minutes the first time to land, and that was because I was also flying. Like I was trying to land on a station, so not, you know, like those. There's the big stations with the mail slots in the middle, right? Well, not those, but the little like outpost ones where there's 4 landing spots on, like 2 on either side, but then the whole.
I was trying to do.
Yeah, and they're all on opposite sides, and it's spinning, right? Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. That was the first thing I tried to do, and I was so frustrated. I was just going, what the fuck is going on? Just getting so angry, and yeah, I could not do it.
Yep.
I was doing it with mouse and keyboard as well, which probably
Yep.
wasn't helping.
Same for me. Yeah, like I upgraded to a HOTAS real fast. Well, actually, that's not true. I went from mouse and keyboard to just a joystick. So I had a joystick, and then was using the keyboard, like the left hand side of the keyboard for everything else, right? And then I went
Yeah.
from that to a HOTAS. There we go.
Surface scan complete.
We got it. That was a long flight to get all the way out to this guy. Let's continue. They gotta stop giving me planets I want to scan that are so far away. It takes too much time.
Frame shift drive
Yeah, you don't
charging.
have that time either.
No. Well, yeah, so what is it now? I've got, let's see, what's the date today? Today's 27th, right? So today, including today, I've got today's stream, and then so 1, 2, 3, 4, possible 4 more. So total of today, including today, 5 streams that that I could try and finish this run. And so I don't know if that's even possible. Like, how many streams have I had so far? 4?
I've seen 3, but I'm sure.
Or is this the 4th? I don't know. Yeah.
Fuel scooping.
I'm just wondering, like, how much progress have I made so far? Like, how many streams has it taken me to get
Fuel
this far?
scooping complete.
Yeah, work out from there.
Mm-hmm.
Frame shift drive charging.
I'm gonna be excited when I get back though, because I know Minty wants to play a bit. Hey, Frostbite, welcome. How much further to go? A bit of a ways. It's still 42,000 light years. I'll show you when we get to the next star.
2, 1.
I've got Apple here today for some chitty chat. Mm-hmm. But yes, I don't know. Might be possible. We'll see. Like, I think as I get,
You can do it.
well, I think what's gonna happen is, like, as I get closer to New Year's,
Fuel scooping.
and I actually start getting, like, once I'm like past the halfway point and I'm getting closer to the bubble, and like there might be like this thing in my head where it's like, oh my god, it might be possible, like I might actually be able to do it.
Yeah.
I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get even more vicious with my, it's like, I'm not even gonna scan anymore, we're just going. Just jump.
Just an idea. Right, I know you have a life, but you could just stream 24/7.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I could totally just do that.
I mean, I reckon, like, if we set up like a catheter for you, right, and it just and then you just don't have to leave.
Oh man.
Maybe we could set up like make you a go on the go kind of setup. So maybe you're on the toilet, so you wouldn't have to get up at all. You got drink. You got a loo. I think that would be a really good stream. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, don't want to press you into anything, but a toilet stream.
That's true. Uh-huh. Yeah, no, you're right. This sounds like the kind of thing
Okay,
that
there it
I've
is,
waited my
confirmed,
entire life
everybody.
for.
It's that Anubis has confirmed he's going to do a toilet stream. That is
toilet
on
stream.
record.
Yeah. I'll have to
That is something that if you convince Boris to do, he would do. He would just.
I'll
do
get some renovators into the house, and I'm going to have a toilet installed in front of my computer.
it. Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
Just sit. That'll be my chair. I'll just sit on a toilet.
Yeah. Just a little. You got to make it out of gold or something. Have a proper throne. You know?
Yep. Totally not paying attention at all to what I'm doing. Jeez. A toilet stream.
I think
Man.
it would go down well. That's
You think
gonna the
would it be
serious
against
process.
Twitch's terms of service to have like a camera in the toilet to watch the plops?
Here comes the moon, and just and you see a butt descend onto.
Well, no, I don't mean like actually like look. I'm pretty sure looking at a naked butt would be against the terms of service. But I mean just like watching like a log drop into the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a side profile, watching it fly past into the bowl.
Oh my god.
I'm sure I could make that work with a GoPro, because then it'd be waterproof. I'm sure I could make that work for you.
The splash on the camera lens. Oh my god.
Action cam. Just have like an instant replay. and like an announcer. Look at that plop. No,
This
it's
is the
just-
worst idea ever.
Well, I don't think so. I think it was a brilliant idea.
Oh my god.
I think we pitch this to Boris. He'll make it happen. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're all moving to Canada anyway, aren't we? So like,
That's
when we
right.
all move there.
Surface scanned.
Oh man. Oh no. So man, this. Get this man a shit bucket and load a mini fridge, and he's all set on the way home. That's right. Yeah. So I just need a toilet. I need a toilet seat, and then over here I'll have a mini fridge, right? And then over here to my other side I can have a like those little hot plate things and everything. So I can actually just sit here and fly while like I can pull stuff out of the fridge, and then I can cook things, and then I can just use the washroom, and I never have to leave the seat.
Like a George Foreman grill, like right next to you, ready to go.
Man.
Living the dream. Living the dream.
Oh man. That kind of weird stuff does end up in my dreams. Like I will probably have a dream about that now. It's crazy.
About bucket thrones or
Yep.
pooping buckets.
Surface
Pooping
scan
buckets. Yep.
complete.
Yep. My mind is like that.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if you've heard that I have ambitions of being a writer. Have you heard
I
about
did
this?
know that you've done a lot of writing in the past. I didn't know that you were trying to go somewhere with it though.
Yeah, I've just decided. What's going on with my ship? Why am I not moving? Oh, there we go. Because it was in reverse. That's a good reason. But yeah, so
Why am I
I've.
going backwards.
Why am I going backwards? Yeah. Well, no. When you're in
Why
Super
does
Cruise, though,
Slots
you
make me
can't.
go backwards?
You can't actually go backwards in Super Cruise. So when you have it in
Oh.
reverse, your ship just doesn't.
He just
Like,
does
he just
that
doesn't.
thing,
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I'm planning on trying to get a little bit more serious about my writing this year, and
Nice.
do some short stories, and I'm actually doing some world building right now because I'm trying to make my own universe, I guess, my own world to write in. If that makes sense.
So it's a hard start, but I'm assuming
Yeah.
that's probably a better way of doing it than like just latching onto somebody else's. Like, it's just fan fiction at that point, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and there's nothing wrong with fan fiction. There's some really good
Not
fan
at
fiction
all.
out
No,
there.
no, no.
Fuel scooping.
And that was actually that is something that I've considered doing, because I'm having a bit of a hard time right now with I don't want to call it writer's block because I'm not writing yet, but it's kind of like I've got these ideas of what kind of like how I want my world to work, how I want my universe to work, right? And I'm kind of trying to like build out some of that, but at the same time it's like, well, without enough of a framework at least of the universe and kind of like how it works, it's really difficult to write a story in that setting because you don't know what the constraints are, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You don't know the rules of that universe.
Yeah, so I've been feeling a little discouraged last week or so as I've been trying to like be more serious about this, and when I'm drawing blanks on things and not really making anywhere near the progress I was hoping to make, that inner struggle that we all have.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so my goal though is by next November. So every year there is a writing competition. It's not a competition. It's a challenge where people challenge themselves to write a 50,000 word novel in a month. And you start on November 1st and you end at the end of November, how many days are in November? 30? Or is there 31? I don't know.
I don't know. 30. Let's go with 30.
30-ish.
We've decided. Around 30 is 30. Yeah.
Yeah, 30.
I
All right.
did
So
a
yeah, and yeah,
Google
so
search.
that's my goal, is to by the time next November rolls around, that I've written some short stories, I've plotted, I'm getting better. Like my world is kind of developed enough that I feel comfortable writing some stories in it, and I've maybe written a couple of little short stories or little novellas or things right in that world, and then for November try to actually write a full proper novel. So that's kind of my
Okay.
my goals, but we'll see what happens.
'Cause, I know that because I remember we all took the mick out of you on the middleway for having a MacBook, but then you explained that that was more for like writing and
Yeah.
working. So I know that you've been writing for a while. I didn't know you were taking it seriously.
Yeah, and I have actually written I've written a fan fiction in the Elite Dangerous universe already.
Okay. Yeah.
I wrote it
I think
a
the word
few
fan
years ago.
fiction just has a very bad, like, it's just got
charging.
the name is bad rather than the
Connotation.
actual content. Like, it's because there's so many people go straight to like very dodgy sexual things when you think of fan fiction, right? But there's so much of it that isn't actually that.
Right. Yeah. Well, back when I was streaming and YouTubing, so probably what, like three years ago now? Like how long ago was that? A while ago now.
That was a while ago, wasn't it? It's
Yeah.
scary to think about.
Yeah, it is. But near the end of that whole thing, I was trying to get into more of like the role play side of things, right, in Elite Dangerous, and there was a competition that came out, put on by Frontier for write some fan fiction, and there was some pretty stringent rules on like how long it could be and all that kind of stuff. So it was short story, and I think it was like wasn't a lot. It was like max words was like 2,500 words or something like that. Which I at first when you think about that, oh man, that sounds like a lot, right? But then you start writing, and oh boy, did I go over that limit real fast. It was like, oh, and then so I spent more time trying to edit it down under the limit, and realizing it was a good exercise though, because it was like one of those things where it's like, okay, here's your constraints. You need to tell a story within these constraints, right? And the learning process I had around, well, what, like I need to cut some stuff, like I need to take whole chunks of this and just throw it away, and how do I do that and still have a coherent story, right? So it was a good learning experience. I need to do more of that, where I just write for the sake of writing, and that's where fan fiction can be really helpful, because the universe has already been created for you, right? Like whether it's Elite Dangerous or let's say you write like any universe, right? Like whatever, right? Even like in the known universe, Larry Niven's known universe or whatever, right? Any place, right? Because the rules have already been set. If you're a fan of that, then you already know kind of like how it works and all that kind of stuff. Or The Expanse, right? There's another one that you could write fan fiction in, because I know a lot about that show and those books, right, and how things work. So you could just write a story. You don't have to worry about all of the other stuff that goes around it.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really good place to start. That's where you should be, kind of. If you've got aspirations, that's a good place to kind of hone some skills, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about learning a new skill. There was a piece of advice that I learned a long time ago, and it's like when you hear it, it's one of those like, duh, of course, like that makes so sense. You don't have to tell me that. But the funny thing is that you do have to be told a lot of the times, which is, what the best way to learn something is?
Do it.
Do more of it.
Do more of it.
Do the thing. Like do the thing, right? Like whereas people, they'll spend a lot of time learning or watching videos about something, or like all this stuff around actually doing the thing, right?
Yeah.
And but the
doing
best
the thing.
the best way you get better at something is doing it. Like so I need to just write more, right? I need to stop reading about writing. I need to stop watching videos about how to make outlines. I need to, what I mean? I need to write.
Yeah. I think it's also pushing yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, because a lot of people get to know the very basics and then think, well, I don't want to risk failing, and don't push themselves out any further and just stay in this kind of comfortable bubble.
Right.
And then you don't really get anywhere past that, which is, it's not a good or a bad thing, but it's still the fact that you're not really progressing in any way, because you're just staying with what you know.
Yeah. Well, and there's also on the same vein as that, there's also the fear of showing others, right? So you could actually, let's say, write a lot, and you could write entire novels, and you could keep doing that, but you never show it to anybody, so you never get any feedback, right? So you might end up learning and reinforcing some really bad habits, and you could be doing that for a very long time because you've never gotten any constructive feedback. Now obviously you don't want,
of course,
butt heads that are just being mean to be mean, but finding those people that you really trust that will give you real honest feedback, right?
Yeah, without just trying to tear you down for the sake of it.
Another way to get, Frostbite says, another good way of learning and getting better at something is to teach somebody else. Yeah, actually, that is a very good point. I learned that in my actual field, right? In my programming field is when I did it. I've been doing it for long enough that I was considered, more senior in the industry or whatever. And then I was expected. So when new people would show up, right, they would expect me to help, teach the new people, right? And boy, oh boy, when you sit down and teach somebody else, you realize how much you don't know still. You know what I mean? Because when you're trying to explain something to someone else, and you go and they ask questions like, well, why is it like that? And you're like, I don't know. That's just how you do it. Right? And that's not a satisfying answer. And I know for me too, it's like whenever that happened to me, it was like, I don't know. That's just how we do it. But now I want to know. So I'll get back to you on that. And then I'd go learn about it, right? It's like,
Okay.
like I am now bothered by the fact that I don't know the answer to your question. I'm going to go figure it out. And also teaching in the respect of like doing presentations, right? Like I've actually done several of those at conferences or at user groups and things where you pick a subject and then you go to kind of like do a demo and teach it to people, right, in front of a group, right, an audience, and so you have to learn a whole bunch of stuff, and learning enough to just do it is one thing, but learning enough to explain it to somebody else, that's a whole new can of wax, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, good point, Frostbite. Very good point. But yeah, so those are my writing thoughts, my writing goals. So I'm trying to work on that. Getting frustrated with it, but trying to like
I'm
actually.
assuming it's sci-fi based.
Yes, and so here's my big hang up. Because I love sci-fi, but I'm also, what do they say? They say you should write the stories that you wish were out there that you could read, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's one of the pieces of advice that you get, right? And well, I love sci-fi, but I also like my sci-fi to be rooted in, as much of the known laws of physics as it can be, right? Like I don't want it to be more fantasy
You like it
than
realistic.
science. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want it to be more realistic, right? So a good example of that would be like The Expanse, right? Like if you take the Expanse universe and you compare it to, say, Star Wars.
So those like cookie cutter,
Well, no, but I mean,
generic.
but Star Wars, one of the big kind of things, the glaring things in Star Wars is that basically Star Wars is just like take airplanes and all of the rules that we normally follow for atmosphere, and you apply that to space, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like it's like what was one of the movies? They were dropping
It was
bombs.
Episode 8. Yeah.
Right.
Episode 8,
They were-
dropping bombs.
They're
at
dropping
Halo.
bombs. Right?
It was
I don't
so-
want
they were
people to read my
destroyed online
stuff.
for that.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't want people to read my stuff and have that reaction. You know what I mean? Like this is
Yeah, of course.
completely unrealistic, right?
Frameshift drive charging.
There's a word that I've learned, and it's another one that I have a hard time saying. Verisimilitude. I don't know, something like that. And it basically means kind of like enough realism that people can get immersed in it and they feel like it's real, even if there are aspects of it that are fantastical. You know what I mean? So keeping that kind of like that sense of realism while still injecting some stuff that we don't know if it's possible or not, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going for. So I'm aiming for more of a, more of an Expanse style, or Larry Niven or Asimov, or like more of a hardcore science fiction feel to the stuff I want to write in the world that I want to write in. But guess what that comes with?
Yeah, I'm assuming you got to do a lot of research.
You
there,
got
right?
to
And-
know
and-
what the rules are.
Yeah.
You got to understand how things really work, right? So there is a lot of research that I've been doing, and one of the major ideas that I've been playing with evolves around black holes, and so so even before I decided that I wanted to like seriously get into some writing this year, so like over a year ago, I've been playing with writing for a while now, but I've been doing this kind of research for a while now already, right? And talk about a pun intended, a black hole of basically just falling into a black hole of research, right? Man, it's so deep. Why did I scan the system? I thought I saw something. There's nothing. I swear. Oh, it tricked me again. It was one of these systems where it looked like there was a water world, but it's so close to on the scanner. Messed up.
So I know you touched on this a little bit yesterday, so I won't go too much into the Mandalorian. But have you seen how many shows they've actually announced for Disney Plus Star Wars?
How many shows they've announced?
Yeah.
No.
There's I think 11 spin-off shows.
Oh my goodness. Of Mandalorian or of just of Star Wars in general?
Well, have you seen the latest season of Mandalorian?
Yes. And I got to the
a lot
ending.
of
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the ending yet, which apparently is just absolutely stellar. But a lot of the people they introduced in this season are getting their own shows. Like,
Oh, wow.
There's going to be the Ahsoka show, a Boba Fett show, I believe. Lando is getting his own show. Just called Lando. If you've seen the Clone Wars, there's the Bad Bunch. If you remember have you seen Clone Wars?
I've seen some of it. Maybe the first couple of seasons, but
This is the last season, so they're like a rogue group of mismatched the clones that weren't quite complete in the way that the others are. They got like they're really muscly, blah, blah, blah. They're getting their own show as well. And oh my goodness, it's just like, what are Disney doing? They're just pumping out as much as they can get.
right.
Didn't
Somebody
work
was saying
with the movies, and now they're
Right.
just like, well, we'll do it with shows.
Jeez, yeah. Oh, somebody was saying yesterday, and I guess I didn't quite understand the comment, but yesterday somebody was saying like Disney's going for quantity over quality with Star Wars, and based on what you're saying, I get what he's talking about now. We got some comments here that I'm falling behind on though. What do we got here? Distro. Hey, Distro, welcome. Is this game worth €6? About $7. What, Elite Dangerous? Like, yeah, if you can pick up Elite Dangerous for $6, I think it's worth way more than that. I've got thousands of hours of gameplay out of this game. I quite enjoy it. There is a pretty steep learning curve with it. It's an open world, right? There's a lot going on. But yeah, I recommend it. But you gotta it's very simmy, right? So it's a space simmy game. There is a bunch of combat and exploration and trading and all that kind of stuff. But I quite enjoy it. It would depend on the type of games you're into. Yes, Frostbite, that is a very good point. And if you like self-driven RP open world simulation games, it's very much worth the money. True. There's not a whole lot of story built into this game, right? You have to make up the story yourself. It's very open world sandboxy. And then if you are more into first-person shooters, then you will want to wait for the next DLC to come out. True enough, there is Odyssey coming out in the first quarter of next year, where they're adding walking around. So right now you can fly around in spaceships, you can drive around in vehicles, but you can't get out of your ship and walk around on foot, on your elite feet, as I like to say. But that's coming next year. So right now, Anubis is doing some long-distance traveling and exploration. So it's a lot of jumping from star system to star system. Very true. Yeah. So actually, yeah. Sorry, I was supposed to show. Okay. I know I just said this last time. Once we finish this jump, I will show you my progress so far, and Distro will show you kind of what I'm up to. Yeah. So I'm doing serious exploration. I flew to the other side of the galaxy. The furthest point I don't know if you can go further than that now with fleet carriers, but the furthest point you can get from Seoul is a place called
Fuel scooping.
Beagle Point. And I flew all the way out there a while back, and I just kind of been sitting there. Now I'm flying back to the human-inhabited bubble of space.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So let's just quickly. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything too interesting. So if I pull up the galaxy map, first time I saw this distro too, I was just flabbergasted. So watch this as I zoom out. All of these dots are actually places. They're actually stars. The entire galaxy is simulated. You can plot a course to every single star in the game, and you can go to them all as long as you got a good enough jump range. And as I zoom out, you'll see, look, more and more stars. And then I'll zoom out some more, and everything, all stars. And guess what? Here is the Milky Way galaxy, the entire Milky Way galaxy, and every single point of light you see on this map is a star that you can fly to. Every single point of light. Now, where I was over here. This is Beagle Point, which is now currently 37,000, almost 38,000 light years away from me. And I'm flying down the spiral arm. So I've been flying down this spiral arm all the way around, and I'm planning on ultimately getting back around to here. This blob of bookmarks, this is the human inhabited area of space. That's it, like this little tiny blob. That's all of kind of like the actual like stations and everything is in here. It's crazy, but yeah. So that's I'm trying to fly back home. So hopefully that helps you a little bit.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, where were we, Apple? Star Wars.
Yes, that's right. I completely forgot. I was just in awe of that Milky Way. Honestly, I didn't.
I know, it's ridiculous, right?
3,
Yeah, and I think the stats are something like, so far, like the game's been out for what, 6 years, and so far the entire player base has visited 0.008% of the entire galaxy or something.
Oh my
Yeah,
lord!
like
That's
it's
insane.
and a lot of places have been visited, right? Like a lot. But yeah, it
Yeah,
is
that must be
ridiculous.
hundreds of thousands, if not like.
Of yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Pretty
fuel
nuts.
scooping complete.
So yeah, I'm right now basically I'm on my way back to the bubble, and what I'm looking for, if you're not sure what I'm doing here, so I'm scooping off the star to refuel, and then I am pulling up the FSS scanner, which I don't remember what it stands for right now, but and you can see down here on the spectrum. Over on this side, I'm looking for stuff over here, which is signal sources. So like weird anomalies in space and stuff will show up over here. So I'm looking primarily for that kind of stuff. And then in the middle of the scanner, you'll see like high metal content worlds, rocky worlds, icy bodies. So the other thing I'm looking for is Earth-like worlds, water worlds, ammonia worlds, all that kind of stuff. So in this range here, because they will bring me back a lot of credits when I turn in all of that exploration data when I get back, and then gas giants and stuff are over here. So that's kind of what I'm looking for when I go into the scanner. And if I don't see anything I'm looking for, then I keep bouncing, keep jumping. So hopefully that was helpful.
I think he's left and bought it now. He's just gone. He's bought it.
He's just gone. He's playing. He's downloaded the game. He's
yeah.
playing.
Yeah, downloaded it. He's got 600 megabytes internet download speed.
Yep.
This game is pretty big, isn't it? It's like 80, 90 gig, I think, right? Pretty big, but
I don't
can't
know.
remember now.
I think it is fair size. But yeah, I mean, there's some pretty good, in my opinion, the graphics are pretty
Fuel
good. But
scooping. System
Yeah,
scan.
they're really nice. Like,
yeah,
for space.
the vistas in
I
this
do
game are
have,
amazing.
Fuel scooping complete.
What the game you were talking about the other day on stream? It's Star Citizen. I do have Star Citizen. I put a lot of money into Star Citizen. Very
Yeah, I think you put in a lot more money than I have. All I've done with Star
Yeah.
Citizen, I bought the pack or whatever, because what I'm interested in with Star Citizen is Squadron 42. That's ultimately what I want with Star Citizen.
Yeah.
So I bought a pack that got me a starter, like it got me a copy of Squadron 42 when it comes out, and it got me a starter ship in Star Citizen, and that's all I've ever spent
Yes.
on it. So it was like, I don't know, it was like $50 or something. I don't know, but
4,
Yeah, I spent about double that. Well, almost a little bit over double.
There was a deal when I
But
bought it.
one of
I
my-
remember.
I know somebody who's very invested in that game. He spent probably upwards of almost £1,000 on that game.
Wow.
Which is even not that much for that game. There's people that have spent so much more. But I basically just wanted a ship that I could have other people on. That's like my dream space game, is to have like a proper crew on a
Yeah.
larger ship. And that's
And-
the
and it-
reason I kind of invested that much money.
And if it is realized, so like the thing for me though too is that it's still at this point it's still an alpha, right? It's not technically a game yet. It is a extremely impressive technical demo, right? Like there's some
that's all it is.
really cool stuff that they can do in that game. But yeah, it's still got lots of bugs. It's still not a game, right? There actually are some gameplay loops in it now. I guess recently they released you can actually go mining and then you can refine that stuff and then you can go sell it at a station. So they've got like a full mining loop now.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I am talking about, I think once I get back to the bubble, and maybe I'll change up like what I stream here and there. But every once in a while, I think maybe once a month or I don't know, whenever there's a new drop of the game, right? It might be worth taking a stream and just going in and checking out what Star Citizen looks like.
Yeah.
What's going
I
on?
haven't played it since it was essentially released to, and that it was
To alpha?
awfully buggy back then.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it was. I mean, I know it's not much better now, but it's like at least it's playable, I think. And it was just, it was unplayable at that point. It was so bad. But the graphics were amazing, and the concept was really cool, and the animations are so good. Like getting into your seat is just an experience. I just hope they do, with the years they've got,
Yep.
do something with it.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I was watching another streamer recently, and people were, like, as everybody's always asking, it's like, when is it going to be released, right? And it's like, I don't know. It's maybe never, but people are.
Yeah.
People are. He was saying it's like, he would be surprised if it was like
Fuel scooping.
out of like an actual proper release before 2025,
Yeah.
right? Like
And
because we're still
that's
currently
not that unexpected, really.
No.
Like that's
No.
kind of about right. Like that's not ridiculous. Like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be too upset.
Well, based on the progress they've made so far and what they're doing, and the scope creep that keeps happening with that game,
Yeah.
that's their biggest enemy, is the scope creep, right? Like, and
Uh-huh.
I think actually there's two things that are holding back the release of Star Citizen. One is scope creep, right? That they keep wanting to do more and more with it, which is cool, right? There's lots of really cool stuff that they want to do, but the second problem is a side effect of the scope creep, is that the world doesn't wait, right? So as it takes longer for them to implement more and more features, to do more and more things, technology keeps moving forward, and what you can do keeps advancing, and the speed keeps getting better, and so like they're constantly dealing with that, like what they're doing now might be bleeding edge, but if they take another 5 years, to try and get something built, in that 5 years, the technology is going to again, double and triple and quadruple and exponentially change, right? And then they have to redo a whole bunch of stuff because they now need to get back on to the bleeding edge, right?
Frameshift drive charging.
So I think that's those two things are they're playing a dangerous game there. But I think eventually it will, as long as the company doesn't go bankrupt, right? I think eventually there will be a game. But like I said, I just want Splendor 42.
Yeah. Like that does look just amazing.
Yep.
I'm very excited for that as well. But that game made so much money. It made so much money before release.
Oh yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. No. I think to this date it's still like, because it's still making money. Like people are still buying stuff and funding the company, right, to continue the development of the game. So, and it's still under active development. So it's like
Yeah,
the price
so-
tag on that game is just like how much money is being spent on that game. It's just every year, every month it keeps going up, right?
Yeah.
Because it's under active development and people are still funding it.
Frameshift.
But that's the only way that it would
initial,
actually ever
like,
get
crowdfunding.
continue. Yeah, the initial crowdfunding was massive
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
The initial crowdfunding made $250 million before being released in any way. That's crazy.
4, 3,
Yeah. Hey,
The amount
Iron
of
Matrix,
people
welcome
on
to the
these
stream.
crowdfunding- The amount of people on these crowdfunding things do just up and leave. That's so much money.
Yeah. Yeah, and Frostbite, yeah, like if you want, like my recommendation on Star Citizen, like if you wanted to try it, but yeah, you're right. There's lots of mixed reviews on it, and I think the big kind of like
system
factor
scan
with
complete.
Star Citizen is don't buy it expecting a game, right? Like if you want to get into Star Citizen, it's because
Fuel scooping
one,
complete.
you want to help fund them, you know, continue development on it, that so that one day it will ultimately be a game. And two, you're curious as to the current state of the alpha, and you want to like mess around in it, right, and see what's going on, and see all the things that they're trying to do. But don't expect it to be a buggy mess, right? And don't get upset with it when it is a buggy mess, because that's what you should be expecting right now, right? So those are the caveats for me, right? So, and I think the cheapest you can get into the game. And this is, you know, for some people this is a lot of money too. So I don't scoff at it, right? Like, and if it's too rich for, I just want to see what it's all about, then I don't recommend it, right? But I think what's the cheapest that you can, cheapest package? I guess I haven't looked in a long time, but I think the last time I looked it was maybe like what, like $40 US or something like that for the cheapest
Yeah.
cheapest
Fuel
package,
scooping complete.
something like that.
As well, yeah.
And to be fair, that's the price of, you know, that's the full price of some finished games, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can get a lot for £40 on Steam or $40 on Steam that are
yeah,
like finish, and you'll be able to play, and you'll have
Yep.
a really satisfying.
has a full story,
experience.
and yeah. So so take that for what it is.
3, 2, 1.
But yeah, but I'm interested, like, to check it out. I've heard that there's like whole cities now, right? Like you can go to some planets and they have
Yeah.
like whole massive like cities that you can go fly over, land at, right, and walk around in. I am interested to check it out again, right? Just to see, because I don't think I've logged into the game. Like you said, you haven't logged into it since it went to alpha for the first time. But
like it seemed like 5 days after it was released. That I was
oh wow,
because there's some like proper combat now, isn't there? You can do like combat arenas where you like shoot
Yep.
like first person shooting stuff.
yeah. There's lots of I think that was the area where they started with, right?
Charging.
I think that they're
Okay.
like they've spent a lot of time on the first person model, I think, right? Like trying to make it look natural, and because I used to watch some of the devlogs that they did where just kind of explaining the technology, and I remember seeing some stuff where they'd put a lot of time and effort into just trying to make those interactions with NPCs and the walking around and people like getting up and moving around and sitting down and you know, like making drinks at the bar and trying to make that stuff like look really natural. Now obviously there's still bugs and all that kind of stuff in it, but it's a problem that they actually really care about.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, and it does look really good. Their animations are so good. Like, even
Yeah.
like, in the alpha when it first came out, they were.
Well, you can tell, right, like that they care.
Fuel
So,
scooping complete.
Mm-hmm.
now there's still problems, there's still bugs, but it's an alpha. There should be.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, I think it'd be interesting to do a stream where I think what I'll try and do is, and if you guys have some thoughts or whatever on features or things that in the game that are worth looking at, I think what I might try and do is just make a list, right? Like, what are the selling points, or not selling points, but I guess what are the kind of like bullet point hot topics in the game that you're supposed to be able to do now, and just kind of make a list of that stuff, and then in streams just try and sort of work through, like have a goal, right? Okay, in this stream we're gonna try the mining stuff, see how that works, right? And then
Fuel scooping.
maybe in another stream we go to like one of those close quarter combat type things that you were talking about, Apple, right? And it's like, okay, let's see how that works, right? So just kind of like make a list of all the things that it currently does, and then kind of walk through them, and then as new releases drop, then kind of like, well, here's the new stuff. We'll just kind of look at that, right? That's kind of my thought process on Star Citizen.
Frameshift drive charging.
Did I lose you, Apple? You still there?
I'm still here. No, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet. Oh, he's dead. Casualty of war. Move on.
Yeah. Goodbye. Oh, sorry. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Is it that one? There it is.
Jeez.
I've still got the same soundboard from the zombies game that we did. Role play zombies.
There we go. Good old Wilhelm scream.
Oh, Wilhelm.
I've still got my soundboard too.
Fuel scooping.
Frostbite's on the Star Citizen website now. The ship included in the Nomad holiday pack looks like an Asp Explorer. Really? I think there was a bit of a controversy over that at some point. That there was a ship that they added to Elite Dangerous that looked very much like, or sorry, a ship that they added to Star Citizen that looked very much like a ship from Elite Dangerous. Maybe it was the Asp Explorer. I'm not sure. I think I saw like on Obsidian Ant's channel talking about it. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot, like that game has a lot of ships now. Like, holy.
Oh yeah, they are ridiculous, and the size of them are insane. They are huge. Some of those ships.
Right, going back to like what you were talking about, right? Being able to actually crew up a ship with a bunch of your friends and go do stuff. Like
Yeah.
that sounds like a lot of fun.
That's the only thing that was missing from Elite Dangerous for me. I would never play any other game. I don't think if that was an option.
Well, there is multi-crew now in Elite Dangerous, which is
Yeah, that
it's
was
not
exciting.
the same, not the same level that they're going for in Star Citizen, but it is like you can hollow into somebody else's ship. So that actually that's something that I wouldn't mind trying out in Elite Dangerous once we get back to the bubble a bit is some more kind of like combat oriented streams where we wing up, right? Make a wing. So there's a couple of things that I'm hoping comes with Odyssey. But so right now in Elite Dangerous, if you go into multi-crew, right? So if let's say you let people onto your ship to do multi-crew, you can't also be in a wing, right? It's one or the other. And I don't know why. I don't remember why. I think there's technical limitations there, and I think there's also they're worried about balance issues, right? I don't know, but that's currently not a thing you can do. So either you wing up with like say 4 ships. I think the max in a wing is 4 people in a wing, so you can have 4 different people in 4 different ships, and then you go do a thing, right? Like
Yeah.
go kill the pirate or whatever.
Sure.
And then there is also multi-crew where you can like a bunch of people can jump into your ship, right? And then people can man different positions on your ship. So like if you let's say you had a bunch of turrets, I think you need turrets for this. You have a bunch of turrets on your ship, so a bigger ship probably, right? And you have a bunch of turrets on it, and then so you have somebody, let's say, flying the ship, right, keeping it in battle, and then they can fire the fixed weapons, and then you also have then people like manned in all of the turrets or whatever, and they can fire all of the weapons and turrets kind of like around, and then you can also have people in ship launch fighters, right? So you could put fighters into your fighter bay into your ship, and then they could launch out in little fighter. And those things are a lot of fun. Like if you haven't tried the ship launch fighters, they're a lot of fun. And then they can fly around, so you can have all of that going on. But you can't have, a multi-crewed ship and a wing and everybody going into a battle together. I'm hoping that comes with Odyssey. Like that would be really fun,
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
right?
Especially if Minty wants to play a lot more with you as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, although one way when for new players and stuff, actually that's actually that's a really good way of getting some experience in the game and maybe getting a bit of cash without worrying too much about like losing your own ship and stuff. Is just like getting into somebody else's ship, like a friend of yours that has, let's say, he's been playing the game for a while. Right, you get into their ship as a fighter pilot, or like in a ship launch fighter or in a turret, and then they take you into a conflict zone, and you do a bunch of battles there because you actually earn the money that they earn while you're on their ship helping. So that's not a bad way. Yeah. So you share the profits,
That's really
right?
good.
Yeah. So that's another way of kind of getting a little bit of money without risking your own ship right off the bat, right? But yeah, so I'm hoping with Odyssey, because they're talking about in some of the previews for Odyssey, or not previews, I guess, but there was a comment made that Obsidian Ant picked up on, and he talked about it in one of his videos, was what they're calling combined arms combat, where they're talking about, because there was another limitation that we currently have right now in Elite Dangerous, which is you also can't do, let's say you wanted to go do an assault on a base, right? Like there was a mission to go do an assault on a base. You can't have like people in spaceships and people in the like the buggies working together to do that, right? If you're flying, well, you can, I guess, you can do that from separate ships. But let's say you have a ship, and in that ship you have a buggy, right? You have one of the SRVs. You can't deploy that SRV onto the ground and then fly your spaceship away, and then the buggy and the ship work together to attack the base, let's say, right?
Oh, I see.
You can't do that right now. So if you have a buggy, you have to land, and then you can have your spaceship go up into orbit, right? But you can't use your spaceship and your SRV at the same time. Like you couldn't have somebody in your, like you couldn't be flying your spaceship and somebody else get into your SRV, and then the two of you guys work together, right, to do something.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I was like, when they announced multi-cruise, I was like, that's what I wanted to do. Like that was my big. I was like all excited about that. It's like, oh no, but it sounds like in Odyssey, that's going to be possible now.
Okay.
So and also you're supposed to, they're talking about this combat arms thing. So you're supposed to be able to combine all three, right? So you can have people on the ground on foot, you know, assaulting the base, while people are in buggies, while people are in spaceships, and you can be working together to attack a base or to do something, right?
That would be really cool.
Yeah. So going to what you're talking about, right, Apple? It's like maybe you can't all man the ship together and do it the same way you're thinking, but you can maybe coordinate.
Together as well.
Yeah, you can work together to coordinate some sort of a mission. So I'm assuming that there's also going to be missions, right? Like, you know, base assault missions, or, you know, some sort of mission where, you know, the kind of missions that would be really fun could be where you need to, let's say, infiltrate the base to get, let's say, a piece of, like, steal a piece of data, right? Well, to do it, you have to infiltrate the base. So let's say you have like your spaceships and your SRVs kind of like assault the base and keep all the spaceships and all the turrets and everything distracted, while somebody goes like, you know, another SRV goes like barreling in, right? And then the people jump out and they all go running into the base, right? So now you've got like a bunch of people in the base trying to like get the data, while there's a big space battle, you know, like happening, where there's like spaceships fighting and SRVs and turrets and all this stuff going on outside at the same time, right? And then like the buggies could even, because right now there's currently assault missions where you need to like roll in with your SRV and blow up like the power generators on bases, right? Like that's the mission goal, is to blow up the generator. Well, I could imagine you could have somebody in SRV roll up, blow up the generator on the base, and then like all the people in the base assaulting the base from the inside, the power goes out. You know what I mean? And now they're in the dark,
Really cool.
right? And now you pull out your like night vision stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like that would be
That'd
cool,
be
and you could
amazing.
coordinate it.
That would be so cool. Yeah, that would be definitely a game that I'd play a lot of like that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, hey, we're being rated. Hey, Sal's rating us. Hello, everybody. Charlie 9, Mir, welcome. Thank you, Sal. She's rating us with 19 people.
Son's in chat as well. Look at that.
Who's in chat, sorry?
My son. My son.
Your son?
Yeah. Mir. Mir's my
Mir's your son? When did this happen?
What? You don't. Do you actually not know this story?
I don't think I know this story.
Okay.
But you can start telling me the
Mir's
story and I'll
on
tell you if I know the
screen
story.
lots, So, okay, right. So, when Mir came over to the UK, he needed to put down, for his employment, I can't remember if it was an emergency contact or something like that. And Sal already worked at that place. So
Bernie.
he didn't want to put Sal down. So if you put me down as his dad, I was supposed to do emergency contact. He asked me first, and I was fully on board, of course. So yeah, I am officially Mia's dad after that happened. Did
I
you
think
not
I
hear
mi-
that? Have you not heard
I
that
think I
story?
might have heard that and I just forgot. But yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
Yeah,
But hilarious.
Fuel
it's
scooping
brilliant.
complete.
Oh, good times, good times. Mir's adoption story? Yes, that's exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, we are talking about that again, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I love it. It's a good
Frameshift
story.
drive charging.
Want to see a rescue mission on planets being attacked by Thargoids. Ooh, there's an idea. Send in SRVs and players on foot to secure the outpost and find any survivors while the ships fend off attacking Thargoids. Frostbite, that's beautiful. I would totally play in that mission. Oh, that... Could you imagine how terrifying that would be too? Especially if you're like one of the people on foot, right? Like, have you seen the Thargoids? Like, because there's animations that they have right now that are very non-interactive, right? But there's these like some planets where like old bases, I think like the what was it, the Inara stuff, where Thargoids would come in
System scan
and they start attacking from like from I guess not from orbit, but like they fly over top and they start pummeling it with all of their crazy pulse, you know, like plasma weaponry or whatever, and like you just sit there watching it in your spaceship and it looks terrifying, right? Could you imagine
frameshift drive
being on
charging.
foot in your little space suit, right? And you're running around on this base trying to save people, and you look up and there's this giant Thargoid mothership, you know, green and pulsing like a flower, and this, you know, horrible, you know, like it's firing down on the planet all around you. There's things exploding. Like, that sounds amazing.
Excuse us while Anubis goes and changes his trousers briefly.
That's right. I'll be right back.
he,
Turning off the stream.
He has one thing there. But it does sound really cool though, but I have no idea what even a
Frost, that's
Thargoid
great.
is. Is that like, are those aliens?
Have you
in
not
the
seen a Thargoid?
game? No.
Okay, well, when I get back to the bubble, or even on our way back to the... No, when I get back to the bubble and I turn in all of my data, I'm not going to go check out a Thargoid before I turn in all of my exploration data. But when we get back to the bubble, I will take you on a Thargoid hunt, if you would
Okay,
like.
that sounds good to me. I'd love that.
Frameshift
I
drive
won't
Yeah.
look them up
charging.
then. I was about to look them up. I'm not going to look them up. I'm just going to experience it firsthand.
Oh yeah, and we got to go get hyperdicted too, where like you're like you know how I'm jumping through hyperspace right now, like from star to star.
Mm-hmm.
When you get within Thargoid space, have you never been like hyperdicted? Like they whip you out of hyperspace, and then scan you. And shit.
No.
Oh,
I've
it's
never had that.
it's
So
so
the only
good.
times I've ever really played this game is with you and Mia. I've never really played it outside of that.
Oh,
And that was quite brief on both times, I think. I haven't got that many hours in the game. I like it a lot. I prefer, it's the kind of game I'd like to play with somebody. Where
Yeah.
I kind of,
well, we got to get a ring together then. Like you, me, Minty, right? We could have three
yeah,
people.
definitely. Minty seems super up for it, so like,
Yeah.
I'd definitely be down for that.
And then we could have like a fourth wing slot open for maybe somebody from the stream, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or Mia, if Mia wants.
Or Mirror if he wants to play, yeah. I think Mirror is opposed to going out and finding Thargoids though. I think he likes his safe trading operations.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mirror also, by the
Does
way,
sound very
Apple is still waiting for you to teach him how to play baseball.
Oh, I'm sorry, son. I never taught you how to ride a bike either. What kind of father am I?
Oh, Bernie wants to know how I love how I've become the great bearded one.
I mean, your beard is so magnificent. I mean, I've showed people your beard, like that don't know. And them.
Well, I feel like
just know
I
your
feel
voice
like
or
if I'm
whatever.
gonna
I'm like, just look at his beard. And they're like,
if
"Whoa,
I start
look at
streaming
that
again, I
beard."
feel
I'm
like I have to let it grow like I did last time. Because I don't know if I can be called the
Apocalypse
great
beard.
bearded one if I don't have the crazy beard that I used to have. Where like it used to be down,
Apocalypse
used to
beard.
it was down to like midway through my chest or whatever, I think, wasn't it before? It's like
Yeah, like the first midway, I think it was still that long, and then
Yeah.
the second midway it wasn't.
Drive charging.
But it
Yeah.
was. Oh
It's pretty
my
short
God.
right now.
I
It's-
remember we had like long nights together where I'd just run my hands through that, and I was this is so long.
when I was sleeping, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. You weren't conscious. I'd slipped you some drugs. Like you went away.
And Bertie, I will show you my progress. Next, once we get to the next system, I'll show you my progress. And Charlie, what's Charlie? With your luck, the first one you find would be a Medusa. Yeah, exactly. So there are, FYI, there are classes of Thargoid ships, and the Medusa, I believe, is the biggest and the baddest.
Oh,
Yeah,
sounds
there are
imposing, doesn't it?
a bunch. There's a bunch of them. So we'll work our way up because there's Thargoid scouts, which are the little tiny guys, and then there's like how many? Charlie, do you know off the top of your head? Are there three different classes that we know of so far? I think the last time I was looking into Thargoids, there was three. The Medusa being the biggest one. There's three different levels of not including the scouts, like of actual Thargoid ships. Anyhow, here we are in the galaxy. We are officially into this sector of space now, but how far are we? So right now we are 39, almost 40. We almost hit 40 light years away from Beagle Point. Wow, we're making some progress. And then we are about 45,000 light years away. So we're almost getting to the halfway point here. Almost. I think like if we make it to this waypoint here, we'll be halfway. We'll officially be halfway home.
Like a tonight goal, or is that like a tonight?
I'm thinking I might get there. Yeah, we might be able to get there this stream, the halfway point.
Wow. Okay.
So how much time has gone by? Oh wow, we're already what, an hour and a half into the
almost
stream?
2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're halfway
I
through.
might have
Normally I
to
stream for
leave you a
about
little
3 hours.
early, but yeah, I might have to leave you at about 2 hour mark. I'm afraid. Sadly.
Uh-oh. It's not allowed.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just call and cancel. I'll be right back.
Excellent. No, I appreciate the company you've given me so far.
Wow, that's the biggest compliment I've ever had. Usually they're like, "Oh, go away," or "Why are you doing that to that person? Stop it, please, for the love of God, stop it." And I'm just like, "What?"
Nice. Yeah, no. You are a person in my life that I thoroughly enjoy their company. So thank you.
Wow, that's.
I
I love you.
love you too, Apple.
Thank you. I mean, we have
Found
shared a
another
bed
water world.
together, so if
That's
if
true.
We weren't
That's
good
true.
friends, I'd be a bit upset, and that's not even a joke. We have actually shared a rather small double bed together. It wasn't what you would call comfortably shared.
Not entirely. Oh, Mirror is not entirely opposed to going on a Thargoid tour. I'll buy a throwaway Sidewinder for that. You know what those are called, right? Those are called suicides. I'm actually planning on doing some suicide-y stuff, which is so I want to actually honestly try and get better at combat, right? So right now I am if I go to I am 100% elite raid in trade. I am 92% pioneer in explorer. By the time I finish this trip, I should be elite in explorer, so I'll be double elite. And then the only thing I have left that I haven't done is a lot of combat. So I want to do, like spend a bunch of time on that, which I think would be good because I think that Apple and you and Minty are probably more interested in the combat side of things. So I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get better at combat. So I think it's good timing. But one of the ways that I want to try and get better at combat is I want to actually figure out how to use flight assist off in combat, which is basically when you turn flight assist off, it's basically going into Newtonian space, right? Like when I fly forward, I need to apply thrust in the proper direction to change my direction, right? It takes away the training wheels of basically making space feel like flying an airplane, right? Mm-hmm. And you're actually flying like proper Newtonian space, right? So the cool thing about that is once you get good at it, you can literally be flying full speed in one direction, right? You can flip your ship around, point it behind you and actually shoot at somebody chasing you while you're still flying the other way, right? Because that's how shit works in space.
Yeah, I remember the only reason I knew that was kind of a thing is because Spidey did that in the roleplay, the first one that we did, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
He was playing around with that.
But I want to actually get better at that. And I found I can't remember the guy's name. But I'll shut him out when I get ready, like when I actually start doing the training. There's a YouTuber that I found that had like a set of exercises that you can do to try to get better at flight assist off. And I can't remember his name right now. It might be Vindicator Jones, actually. That might be the guy. Where like there's a couple where like you go into an asteroid field and you turn flight assist off and you just try and fly around, like do an orbit around asteroids without you, like only with flight assist off and using just your thrusters and your maneuvering thrusters and stuff, right? So like learning how to keep yourself at the same distance while you float around things, and how to like actually, he had a whole bunch of little things. And my idea there was I'm gonna get myself into a suicide, right? So that if I blow the ship up while I'm learning all of this, it's the rebuy cost is really low. But yeah, I think that'd be fun. And actually, that might be a fun stream to do too. Like with you guys, we're all like we do like, you know, maybe we do some streams where it's like maybe the first little bit is, all right, let's do some actual, you know, combat training, right? We'll go out and we'll learn how to make flight assist off, and then we'll go off and yeah, exactly. It could be a lot of fun. But yeah. But the scouts are hostile, unlike the other ones. I think there is the Hydra as well, bigger than the Medusa. Oh, there's an even bigger one now. But yeah, that's right. I think that's true with the scouts now are instantly hostile, whereas the other ones, they're not hostile until you engage with them, right? You are the person in my life that I tolerate. That's Frostbite. Since you both love each other, is Anubis going to be my other dad soon? Yes, well, I'm your stepdad. Oh. Once we get married, if Apple and I get hitched.
Yeah, not if, it's when. We are going to get married.
That's right.
I was thinking probably next week is what I was thinking. I don't know how you schedule this for next week. But, maybe see about getting married next week, and then you can sign the adoption papers from there.
That's right. Perfect. And yes, Frostbite, you're right. Like, so actually, that's another good thing that's happened is they've buffed combat payouts big time recently. So they're rebalancing the game in like preparation for Odyssey. And so I think there was some massive like debuffs to, what do they call that? What's the opposite of a buff? A nerf. Some big nerfs to I think trade payouts and stuff. But then they've done some massive buffs to combat. And I don't know, have they done exploration yet? Or is that one still on the docket? I don't know. But basically they're trying to kind of get everything back in line with each other. Because right now, like trading is like the way to make money, right? But they want to encourage all the different types of gameplay, which is good. So if now is the right time also to get into combat, because we'll get paid more. Flight assist off is drifting. Well, it's basically just following the proper rules of orbital mechanics, right? Flight assist on is like basically taking away the complexity of space because it's hard.
Space is hard.
Yeah, flight assist on basically turns your spaceship into an airplane that, you know, follow the rules of atmosphere, in the sense that like the way I point is the way I fly, right?
I don't know what just reminded me of that, but you were talking about I think the chat was talking about Squadrons, Star Wars Squadrons the other week.
Yeah, a little bit.
I picked that up in VR. It's a lot of fun. It's really good.
Oh yeah.
We're playing it with the controller. It's been lots of fun. Yeah, it's a steep learning curve. It's quite a hard game. Like
yeah.
The control it's not realistic, obviously, but it's you do need at least the very least a controller, but probably definitely a joystick to make it really enjoyable.
Right, like a full-on
but it's
HOTAS.
worth
Does it
picking up
support a
if you
full-on
can-
HOTAS?
Yeah, it does. I've got a proper yoke, so
Nice.
like a planes yoke. So I was using like bombers and things because it suited that a little bit more.
Good old
But
bombers.
it
Good old
was-
bombers in space.
Yeah, space bombers, you know.
Space bombers.
But yeah, the game, I think you can pick it up for about 20 quid at the moment. It's on offer, and it is worth that because there's a story to it as well, and you play both sides, the Empire and the Resistance, and it's really good. It's worth picking up.
Do you know what like in the real world? Do you know what a space bomb would actually be?
I have no idea. I was about to
missile.
say magnetic, and then it just come back up. Oh, right.
It would just be a missile
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
happens to be
makes more sense.
fixed on your spaceship, pointed straight below you. So if you were to fly over something and you fired them, it would just be a bunch of missiles that fire straight down from your ship.
Yeah. To be fair, the bomber that I was using in Squadrons was exactly that, and you have.
Oh,
to,
was it?
kind of, you have to like line up. I can't remember what the name of the ship is. Is it like a B-wing? It's not B-wing,
No.
but yeah. But you have to line up the bottom, and you can fire the missile straight out. Because if you, that's how it
Well,
works.
but in Star Wars, there's no. What I'm saying is, in Star Wars, they don't have the actual, like, propellant part,
no,
right? It
yeah,
falls.
It just goes
It
down.
it
yeah.
falls. Yeah. Anyhow, I think we've beat
Everybody
that
knows that's what
dead horse
happens in
enough.
Space, right?
Hmm.
Just add more weight, and then it'll
Just
go
add more weight,
down,
yeah.
Anubis. That's how it works. Okay?
Well, no, if you want to make it sound spacey, you gotta say mass, not weight.
Sorry, yes. Yeah, that makes it seem fancy as well, then. Melapolis!
Greetings.
Oh!
my
to
friend.
interrupt. Yes,
Hey, hey.
it is I, me.
My
My
son,
future
I'm
son.
Yep.
Thanks, Dad. Do I have a rebellious face where I don't like you?
You better not.
You need to brighten me on Christmas with presents like that parking garage playset I always wanted.
I don't know. This sounds
No,
sounds
I'm
like
hit.
too much work now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair.
My stepdad doesn't let me off to give me a place. It's parking garage.
I'm not your stepdad yet. I gotta marry Apple first.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
happening. We're trying to find a date next week. But,
That's right.
Oh, next week already.
next week, yeah. I'm heading over to Canada on a COVID-free flight by this website that I found. There's a guaranteed COVID-less. And I paid £792 and 82p.
I thought you're paying kidneys or something.
Wow. That's steep.
Anyway, I'm here to just briefly talk about the bombing thing you were talking about.
Oh yeah,
because
yeah.
If you're flying a clipper, it has a very large. Oh, the cutter too. If you're flying one of those, it has a very large port at the bottom, which you could attach missiles to. And then, if you then have somebody sitting in the co-pilot seat and pretending to be a gunner, you could point the big cannon at the bottom and pretend to be a bomber, but just have them shoot down missiles. It would look very convincing.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The bombs in space are just missiles.
I know, but you have to get the aesthetics right too.
That's
it needs
true.
to come out at the bottom.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta mount them so that they face straight underneath.
Yeah, Apple needs to mount the missile and then ride it down.
Yeehaw! Yeah.
Cowboy hat on and all, yep.
I know that was originally a different movie, but the one I always remember is Armageddon with Rockhound.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the original
Yeah.
movie where that happened? It was.
I don't know, it's a really old
Doctor
movie.
It's a really old
Strangelove,
one.
or however
Doctor
it is.
It
Strangelove.
is, yeah.
That's right.
That
That's
is
right.
such a brilliant movie, though.
Yeah. Always
I
forget.
watched an adaptation that turned the entire movie into
What?
a great time. Yeah.
Wait, so, Sonny, you're going to be taking over from me? Is the legacy going to be continuing so that you can entertain the great bearded one?
The Great Bearded.
The great bearded one. I'm not sure if I have the stuff to be such a noble creature.
Can you
sitting
wiggle your
on the
hips?
horizon. No.
Oh, then maybe.
Fuel scooping complete.
Jeez, where
He
was that
likes-
going?
he
Great
likes-
hip walls.
Drive
You don't want to know. It's not PG. So, something. I was in hysterics the other day. Boris was talking. He was on his stream. I can't remember. He was playing Bully, I think. And,
Oh, yeah.
He said he was talking to somebody in chat and was like, "Oh, I'm not going to read out that message because I'm trying to be PG." And then, for like no less than about 3 minutes later, "I'm gonna beat your fucking face in, you fat nerd." And I'm just like, oh.
The character actually said it, or he said it?
He repeated something the character had said in game, and that was what it was. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Well, it's funny. It's one of the things about streaming on the NidTuber channel that I like.
I
Yeah,
prefer that. than
yeah. The new is that this
You
channel
started
isn't
streaming a
PG.
little fart.
Yeah, it's this channel's
Yeah.
not PG, so I don't have all of those restrictions. You know, that these self-imposed
You don't.
restrictions of my old channel.
Yeah, the channel that did well.
Still hits.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, streaming's. I don't mind streaming. Streaming's alright. There's a lot less work
I
involved
feel
in
like
streaming.
I prefer YouTube, for because I like doing in real life stuff more than I do. I make loads of videos and never release them, but I prefer doing actual cameras work and
Yeah.
filming real.
You should
things.
release
I
them.
really enjoy
Why don't you release them?
I don't know. I've sent you one. I sent
Yes.
you-
And the stuff you've sent me, yes, the stuff you've sent me has been brilliant. And I've sent
I sent
I've
you
sent
one-
them to my son because he thinks that they're hilarious too.
I remember sending Mia one, which was the one that I'm most proud of, but still haven't put anywhere, which is about my dog, and it's still not finished. And it's a genuine one. It was a very sad video, so I didn't release it because I'm like, it's just not me, and it was just tragically sad, like from,
It's just
from
tragically
like
sad.
start to finish. It's just, I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna put this anywhere. It's just.
True, Charlie. Yes, when Taka arrives, she comes with the band hammer. Not here though, right? She, although that was funny. What were we? Was it when I was streaming and Taka showed up, and just recently, and Boris was on the stream, and I think he swore or he did something. I can't remember what it was. And it was hilarious because she was like Boris. It was awesome.
Would she die if she heard you swear? I feel like she might.
Don't know.
Or just explode. Oh, maybe, yeah. By exploding. From, like, rage. And just like a shard of bone goes through your eye socket. And that's it. You're gone.
I don't know, Frostbite, what you missed. We've been talking all over the place. I hope your soup is good, though.
We talked about the logistics of bombing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Space bombs.
Space bombs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, the bombing thing just reminded me of the Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, that was not PG.
I've yet to see that. I haven't seen it yet. I'm getting through that stream.
Oh,
I'm
it's so
getting
good.
through that stream, but I haven't seen that bit yet. So
Oh,
I'm
it's so
getting there,
good.
I'm
It's so
getting
good. Highlight of the stream. So good. So good.
One of the best cards was asking, "What do you airdrop to starving children in Afghanistan?"
Yep. Yeah.
I won't
look forward
spoil
to
it,
that.
but
No, but you got the setup for me. Yeah.
Oh, frick, Apple. You have to do this every stream, don't you? All right. I gotta like catch myself by surprise. Huh?
Yeah,
Huh? Oh! There we go.
I heard that one. That was quite fun. So your slaps are always so exciting, and I always save mine for you because you make them exciting. So if you were boring with them, I'd probably stop. But they're so thrilling to watch that I have to do it every time.
Well, you spend 2,000 points.
Technically, Mira and I should technically slap ourselves as well, but we're not. So
Well,
we're
see,
just-
there's still. I think I only get one slap request per stream. So if people kept doing it to me constantly, then they'd probably get boring, right? So the fact that they're also
Yeah,
rare
well-
for me, I can play them
Yeah,
up.
that's true.
That's a warning to everybody in the chat that's about to hit the button.
All 14 people are like
Yeah.
hovering over the button right now. Imagine that. Imagine if we got like a group of people to do that, and you had to slap yourself like 10 times. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. You know what? I'm thinking? Oh, what was that? I don't know if any of you guys watch a show called Critical Role. It's a live action. I don't know, is that the right word? But it's D&D tabletop thing done live with a bunch of voice actors. It's really, really amazing. But there was one guy that plays in it. His name's Sam Riegel, and so like with all of the restrictions and everything in streaming, right? Also in the States with the restrictions, and they're in California, and I think that their restrictions there were a lot higher than a lot of the places in the States. But there was all kinds of rules that if they wanted to continue doing their stream, so like they were off the air for a long time because of all of the COVID restrictions. So they redid their studio so that everybody was the right distance apart and like all kinds of stuff, right? And so now they're like far apart from each other. So there was this one stream they were doing, and Sam Riegel, he's pretty funny, but he was him and one of the other characters on the show, pretty good friends. Oh, they're all really good friends, but he bought those it's got like the fist, like the boxing fist on the end, and like of a spring gun thing where how like they accordion out, right? So he had this, so he was hiding it, and then in the middle of I can't remember, something happened in the middle of the stream where normally he normally sits beside one of the other characters, Marisha Ray, I think, and she's very animated in her arm and hand movement, so kind of like me, right? And when they used to sit right beside each other at a table, and right, she would hit him by accident a lot. So while at one point in the stream, I'll never forget it. Like they're all super far apart from each other now, right? But she was being super animated, and then he pulled out the boxing mitt glove thing, and pulled on it, and it went across and hit the guy in the face to like simulate the fact that he should have been hit by Marisha, right?
Yeah,
It was.
Yeah, that's
So I'm thinking for the slap the face thing, I can get one of those, and then I'll set it up off like out of camera frame, right? And then I'll hook it up to my stream deck so that when somebody hits the button, I can hit, and then it'll just come out and hit me in the face.
That would be legendary.
Yes. That was a long story just for small payoff, but
Imagine if you're in the middle of a fight and then just somebody decides to slap you then and there. The fact that it's automated is a huge risk, but I'm in favor of it.
yeah. Well, I wasn't talking about automating it. That'd be above and beyond. I don't know. I probably could actually figure that out. I am a developer, so I wonder if there's a way that I could hook into the API and actually get get an event that tells me when that particular thing happens, and then I could hook that up to I get there's that Arduino where you can like program some hardware and then make it all work. That could be a fun little that could be a really dumb but fun project.
You need to do
It
that.
definitely is possible. Because,
Oh, I think it's totally possible.
a streamer Sal watched the Scoundrel M, very uncouth chap who has introduced me to 2 elves and 1 cup, which I really didn't like.
Oh God!
Okay, the title is suspect.
Thank you. The videos too. Anyway, he set it up so that people can spend channel points to change his camera perspective. He has like 4 webcams all around him.
Oh my goodness.
He can switch between them.
That's genius.
Yeah, ignore the other parts about him. Then again, I think Apple would really like him. He's like minty, but less Scottish.
Oh, like a lot less Scottish?
I don't know. Hold on.
Well, I do actually need to probably head off.
You are at that time.
I am at that time, but my son is here, so
He's like minty but Londonish.
Lundish.
Lundish? Is that the
I
official
love
term?
The country of Lund.
Yeah. Apple, that's how it's pronounced, right? Lundish?
Lundish.
You
that's
would
correct.
know because you're from London. London.
I am. Yes, yeah.
Lundish.
Everybody from England is from London and therefore Lundish. So
Lundish.
that
That's
is-
right.
Yeah,
That's how it works,
I
right?
am a Lundish.
You are Lundish.
Can't do this to me. I don't
Yeah, I'm a Lundish. And with that being said, I am going to love you and leave you.
Oh, I feel abandoned already.
I'm sorry. I love you so much, but like not enough to stay because I actually think you should.
Well, see, absence makes the heart grow fonder, right?
Yeah, well, yes, that was my plan. Yeah, that I'm giving you just a little bit, just a taster, and then I'm backing out. You know, it's a plan.
Oh, I thought we were going to stream something eventually, Dad.
Yeah, oh, we will tonight.
Tonight? That's night.
You said that very suspect.
Yeah, I just said that on the spot. Like
Apple is
I don't know
sus.
why I said that, you know. Yeah. No, don't look me up.
Apple's acting sus. Kick him out the airlock.
No.
And he's gone.
That was good.
Oh, he's still here. I thought that was your exit. He's still there.
Streamed or played Among Us yourself already, and it was
Have I streamed Among Us? No, I have not. I've never actually played Among Us. I've only ever seen it. And Apple is gone now. Bye, Apple. My son plays a lot of Among Us, so I was watching him play with his friends and laughing my ass off because they are brutal to each other.
it's like Trouble in Terrorist Town, but 2D.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like, but in space with airlock repercussions. Although to be fair, when we played, sorry, go ahead.
Sal would really want to play that.
Oh, we should do it during Streamfester. That could be fun.
Although Sal and I have this weird problem where we're sitting next to each other while playing, and that would be a little bit of an unfair advantage, so we need to start blinkers for each other.
Yeah, you know what? I approve this message because that sounds amazing, but I also don't think that fair play is, you know, that big of a deal for our group either. So.
Frameshift drive charging.
Sorry, that was a very long dramatic pause there used to sneeze.
Oh.
You didn't have to listen to
Yes, I'm very thankful. Well, normally I just like look away and try not to sneeze in my microphone because I'm a very professional streamer and I still haven't set up a key binding to mute my mic at a moment's notice.
I have, but since I didn't label my improvised stream, it's just a numpad with some options.
Just a bunch of random buttons. You never know what's gonna happen. It's like
I forgot which one was the mute microphone button.
Oh, that's
I'm too
hilarious.
scared to press it.
Hey, Mahula Brothers is here. Welcome.
There was no fair play in golf or roller derby disco dodgeball.
That's very true. That's very true. Like I said, I don't think that fair play is the priority for us. And especially if
I
Boris
thought
is
it
playing.
was-
Because like Boris will make up rules. He will invent games, make up all the rules, and then be the first one to break them.
Such is the privilege. I thought you were trying to imply that this is not a problem for us because we're all so trustworthy. We wouldn't cheat amongst
Oh, yes, that's what I meant. Yep.
Fuel scooping.
Yep. Trustworthy.
Fuel scooping complete.
Good times, good times. Yeah. Oh, Disco Dodgeball, man. How long did we play that game for? A long time. That was that was Boris's favorite game, if I remember correctly, right? Like he was addicted to that thing.
He was, and he pulled all of us
Into his obsession. Same with what was that other one with the cars?
Wild Animal Racing.
Yes, that one too. But I meant the one where it was like soccer or football. You know, not American football.
No, wait.
The one where you were cars and you had to like throw the ball into the net. And we were like Rocket League. That's the one. Yeah.
Fuel scooping.
Golf with friends. And what was that other one we played with
Fuel scooping.
the other with friends one where you were like hanging off each other and it had the dongs that went around in
Mount your
circles.
friend.
There we go.
Well, I didn't need to be reminded about that.
That game was hilarious. Oh my god.
Sal has made a trifle.
3, 2,
Sal has what, sir?
Sal has made a trifle today.
A trifle.
Yeah. Do you need me to explain what that is?
I think so. I've heard the name before. I know it is a thing, but I honestly don't know what it is.
I am not qualified to do this. I have not made the trifle and paid
Fuel
particular
scooping.
attention in
Is it a dessert thing? Like layered dessert thing?
It is. So imagine some cake base.
fuel scooping
Yes.
complete.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
You already? I only mentioned one ingredient.
Yeah, but continue. So just in case that people in the chat don't know.
So the cake base of sponge biscuits, I'm told. I'm doing it wrong already. First ingredient, yes. And then you pour alcohol in it, and also cherries, and
3, 2, 1.
I'm assuming when you say you pour cherries in that they've been ground or it's the juice, but not just like pouring
No,
in a
they're
bunch of
full.
cherries. Oh,
they're
okay.
full, but I'm just told.
But you have to pour
no,
them.
you don't pour. No, you don't pour the cherries in. That apparently comes later.
Oh,
Sal says it comes later. I'm not sure.
Comes
if you
later.
can hear it.
Fuel scooping.
no, I can just hear you.
Oh, good. So first you do sponge, then you pour cherry, so alcohol cherry, the drink
Ah.
cherry,
Liqueur.
into it, and then you let it sit for a day or so. Also, I think at some point they go cherries in there, not the drink, the. Then you do the jelly, which is raspberry flavored.
Frameshift drive
Mm.
charging.
This is sounding very good.
You let that set. Then you put the cherry on. Then you let
I
that
believe-
sit for a day.
I believe I've actually had trifle in the past. I believe my sister has made trifle for a special occasion. Now that you've explained the recipe to me, I believe I have eaten
It's
it.
not quite done yet. Above the mix of cherry and sponge cake, alcohol, and jelly, not to forget the jelly, that's important. You then
And peanut
mix
butter.
some custard.
Fuel scooping.
Peanut butter and jelly? No? Oh, okay.
No peanut butter. Oh,
Chocolate.
Wait, hold on.
Fuel
I'll ask
scooping
Sal.
complete.
Sal says no peanut butter.
No peanut butter? Okay.
That would be a travesty. You're banned from making trifles, it seems. I'm
Oh.
sorry, you've got your license revoked. Anyway,
My trifle
above the
license.
mix of-
Charging.
Above the mix of all of that cake stuff, you put some custard, very thick, and then you put some. And then you let that set.
3, 2,
You leave it at least for 6 hours. Then you take some double cream and put that on top.
Mm.
In America, it's called heavy cream.
Heavy
Then you
cream.
whip it until it's really solid.
What do you call it in Britain? Custard?
Whipped cream?
Whipped cream. Okay. Yeah.
Heavy cream? Which
Heavy
one are we
cream.
talking about?
I don't know. The one that you said they call it heavy cream in the States.
Oh yeah, that's whipped cream.
Whipped cream. Okay, so in Canada we call it whipped cream.
Custard is like vanilla pudding.
Yes.
kind of,
Yes.
But
So it
very
sounds like we
thick.
use the same words. I've never heard of heavy cream before. That's why I asked.
Oh.
Frameshift drive
Fair enough.
charging.
Again, the heavy cream is the American term, I'm told. Anyway, and then once you have those 3 layers, you put some little cherries on top as well, and grind some chocolate over it, and then voila, you've got a trifle.
4, 3,
Yes.
I'm sorry for
Did-
giving the entire recipe.
No,
Sal was insisting that I do it properly.
I agree. Have you seen Mahula's comment for you, Mir?
Mia needs to have his own food porn channel. Supposed to be. You're not supposed to put any food item into places where they don't belong, and I don't think they belong on any sort of exposed body parts.
Feeding complete.
You're welcome, Mahula. That was the reaction I wanted. All right. Good times.
Sal says that you're
Frame
allowed
shift
to put
drive
chocolate
charging.
sauce on some body parts. No!
When she says that, she means a pinky finger, right?
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
She wants it on the thumb, please.
On a thumb. All right. So you can suck your thumb? There we
I
go.
think, yeah, that's the goal. Still unsanitary. Just use a bowl.
Fuel scooping.
Frostbite is sure you could make the same kind of mess when you put good
Complete.
food in your mouth. Well, you need to close it, otherwise you do make a mess, yes. But it's kind of gross if you first put it in your mouth. It's even grosser if you first put it in your mouth and then put it on any exposed body parts. I'm sorry, I'm derailing your stream here.
Wow. Oh, goodness. Oh,
Feel free
goodness.
to change the conversation to
Yes. So you're interested? You'd be into doing a Thargoid tour? Is that what you were saying?
Yes, I would be. I have not seen any of them other than in pictures from other people. I
Would
am
you-
a good boy who's...
Would you want to come in your own ship, or do you want to like multi-crew into somebody's ship?
I'm happy with coming around with my own ship. I just need to prepare a little suicide-y.
A little suicide-y, so you realize that
sort of-
a suicide-y will like you'll show up, and as soon as the battle happens, it'll be like 1 or 2 shots, and you'll be gone. I don't think that a
thought I'm
sidewinder can
Drive charging.
stay very long in a battle like that. I could be wrong, but
I'll be honest, I was expecting her to just come along as a tourist. I didn't really want to engage in a fight, to be honest.
yeah. Well, that'd be cool if I wonder how long you could last actually. Let's say a bunch of us go, and everyone except for you is there for the battle, and you're just gonna like be like the cameraman, the tourist on the side, right? You can be our what's his name? What's the character's name? Have you read Light
Terry
Fantastic
Pratchett's
and
The
yeah,
Light
Terry
Fantastic.
Pratchett. Yeah. What's the name of the tourist?
Two flower.
Two Flower, yes. You can be our Two Flower. But
I hope the Thargoids are as polite as all of the bandits in the book.
I know, right? But yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Is like if you're just sitting there. So one, we'll make sure you're not part of the wing, right? But if you're just sitting there and you're not part of the wing, and then another group of people start attacking it, I'm actually really curious if it will leave you alone, or if it'll just kill anybody that's nearby.
I am happy to try that, but
That's right.
Just-
You're a guinea pig.
Just to give you context, even if I arrive in my cutter, I wouldn't lose.
Yeah.
I am terrible at anything that
System
involves
scan
shooting
complete.
people, flying
Fuel
quickly, or being skilled.
You're being skilled. Yeah. Well, I'm
I
not.
have a space chucker.
That's right. I'm not the greatest at combat yet either. So that's the goal, though. Is I'm going to try and actually get better at it.
Oh, that's easy. Just do a Rocky montage and you're done.
Just do a Rocky montage. Yeah. That's all. That's all we need.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah, you're a pro in like 10 minutes.
Oh, I wonder. So we need to find. So we'll need. So you've just given me an idea for a video. Not that we do proper YouTube videos anymore, but I have this idea, which is that all of the flight assist off training that I do with everybody, and like when we go to like, you know, flight assist off training, and then also just combat training, like against humans and all that kind of stuff. I should take like record little scenes from all of that, and then we need to find a song that is like the Rocky montage song. Was it Heart of a Tiger? Was that the one that they did? So we need to find a song
There
that's
is
like that.
actually- I think there is actually already a Kevin McLeod one that is like.
That is like that. Okay. Well, then we got to use we got to use that, and then I'll make up a mashup for that, and we'll play that in the stream right before we go to kill a Thargoid, and then we'll watch me die like in 5 seconds.
Oh, I like that idea.
That'll be my combat music. Like, so like when the stream, okay, we're doing a combat stream, and then I'll play that at the beginning of the stream. Just before we show up in the middle of a battle where I get destroyed. And then what we can do is have another montage, which is all of my deaths.
Hold on, I thought you're playing with like dull target dummies like Charlie who don't fire back, right?
Well, are there such things as that in the game? I don't think there are there? Unless you mean other
Charlie
people that.
offered to- Yeah, Charlie in chat. Charlie97 is offering you to,
Oh,
to be a target
to be a target dummy. Well, thank you. If it can be if I have a cutter with defended one with 8k shields and 50% resistance. Oh, you're talking about like a suicidey that has like. Well, see, I think that depletes the point of a suicidey though, right? Isn't the whole point of a suicidey is that it's like the stock sidewinder that costs nothing if it blows up? If you outfit it with like a whole bunch of crazy stuff and then you have a big insurance cost, I think that kind of like defeats the whole point.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
I could help you. Oh yeah, that's what you're talking about, being a target dummy there. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I need to upgrade my jump range to get to the Thargoids if I'm in a suicide?
Yeah, you probably have to do. Otherwise, it'll take forever to get. Actually, like stock sidewinder, you probably wouldn't be able to actually get out there in the first place, right? Because they're out in the Pleiades, right? Well, actually, there's a new hotspot, isn't there?
Unless-
Like, there's what is it? The Horsehead Nebula, I believe, is where the big hotspot is right now.
I don't know.
Which is
like I
also
said,
out there.
I haven't really left the area around my home system. Every time I do something like dangerous, I just make my route finding thingy, and then it just go around and around and around and around.
Look what I found, Mir.
Oh, it's a ball.
It's an Earth-like. I'm
I
excited.
mean, I've seen that one before.
It's a
Right
ball.
underneath me, it's just-
It looks like a marble.
It's not that special. All I need to do is look down and I see the same thing.
Just really zoomed in.
Surface scan
Yeah.
by 50%.
Boris points out that me is
Oh.
quite quiet if nobody has said anything. That's fine. Apple was quiet too. I'm assuming that's because I am not to steal the show.
Oh, but I think he's talking about
No.
your volume level.
Yeah, I know. I know. Apple was very quiet earlier on too,
Was he?
but I thought it was intentional.
How, is that a thing that I'm supposed to fix?
I think it's an OBS thing where you turn the Discord volume higher. I'm not sure. If you have
Yes.
set
Where is it here? Nobody said anything. Where am I? So here's my
Surface scan complete.
my microphone. Oh yeah, look at that. So if I put the comms one at the same level as my mic. Okay, now you talk and everybody tell us if that's better.
No, don't tell them that it's better. It's too loud now. Mira's overpowering the stream, and people will have to listen to my terrible stories too much.
Because for me, Mir sounds good, but I guess I'm set up differently than for you guys, which is maybe a problem. But
Yeah, I mean, on Discord the audio is fine. I could hear Apple very clearly, but on stream it was different. But again, I thought it was intentional.
no, that wasn't
Oh, well,
intentional. People, I want everybody's volume levels to be equal.
Frame shift drive.
That sounds like communism to me.
You're all equal.
I mean,
was it
technically
different?
we are. It's just that you are more equal than us.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I misread Charlie's thing. So what did he say? I could help you a bit, Mir, with trading USW. Got Cell and Nimgol new ships, or you just hop on board and fly my fighter. So he's offering to help you in some way.
Oh, don't worry. I am well off. I don't need anything. Also, I can't be trusted with a fighter. I'm not qualified to fly those either. I'm not sure if I have a pilot's license.
4, 3,
Does it sound better now, Boris? He says he's watching on TV, but it sounded like it was phone conversation. Yeah. Is that better? I increased Mir's volume. Is that better, or is he still too low?
What's a USW?
A what? A US? Oh, I don't know.
Charlie's offering to help me trade USWs. Is that like
USWs.
ultrasonic
USWs.
widgets. Ultrasonic widgets.
fuel scoop disengaged.
I'd love to play Elite with actual people again. Yes, the game is a lot more fun with actual people. I agree.
I'm sure Anubis would love to too, but he's stuck up here.
Drive charged.
I went and self-isolated, right? There was what is the COVID-19 is the one that we have right now. So like this period of time it'd be like COVID 365.
2, 1,
I feel like you're making a joke, but I'm not getting it.
Now he's whispering in the background. What? Is he even lower now? I turned up the volume.
No. You went from not hearing Mir at all to Mir whispering in the background. So it's an improvement.
It's
Apparently just not a good one. Hold on, I can just listen to the stream myself and see
yeah.
if
Well,
I
you
can
can tell me. Used Sidewinder
feel
is
like
a
it's-
USW.
fuel scoop complete.
Ah.
All right.
They seldom used?
Seldom used.
The Sidewinders.
Oh yes. Well, they're the starter ship, right? I'm watching the output now. I'm watching where my volume is in the output and where your
I
volume
mean,
is.
I've
used to
just
be. I
listened
think we're
in
about
on
equal.
it.
I don't know. I think
We
we're.
sound good, but I'm on headphones and Boris is on a TV.
Oh, from he says no idea. That's what it means. It's too funny. He just made it up.
Charlie wants to know if I have a gunner license. Heavens, how am I supposed to have a gunning license when I can't even aim my ship already? I have a docking computer, so I don't need to do anything. I am not qualified for anything. I was speaking about qualifications. I do have an Imperial Eagle. Would that be a sensible thing to bring to the Thargoids tourism thing?
An Imperial Eagle?
It's, you know, the small one, the
Yeah.
small Imperial fighter ship. It's like a Sidewinder,
It.
relatively
probably-
cheap, but it has a jump range.
I don't imagine. Well, does it? Like they don't have a very good jump range, do they?
Frame shift drive
Well, it's
charging.
bound to be better than my Sidewinder that I'd buy.
Yeah, that's true.
I think.
Yeah, you're right. It would be
And
much
it's-
better than a suicide.
And more importantly, I do believe that I've spec'd it to a degree where it can jump at least as much as my Type 6.
Oh, really?
Ah, I missed that one. I think. At least that's what I remember trying to do. I'm not sure if I achieved. I'm not qualified to talk about Elite Dangerous. Again, I don't have a license.
System scan complete.
Nice.
Fuel scooping.
All right, I've been
Boris isn't.
messing
you
with
have
the
been.
audio levels quite a bit, so I don't know if that's better. Please let me know.
I can try and listen and see if I sound okay.
Okay. I think it also depends, like, how much I talk directly into my mic.
I feel like we sound good.
Frameshift
Do we?
drive
Okay.
charging.
That's
does
just
everybody
me
else think?
talking. I'm very narcissistic when it comes to stuff.
We didn't have any Spidey today either.
4, 3,
Oh yeah, we also didn't have any Boris today.
No.
Yeah.
Spidey
what
sounds good. Good, good.
happened?
All right.
Chlamydias.
What?
I'm assuming Boris has developed several chlamydia, and
Uh-huh.
that's why he wasn't there.
I see.
fuel scooping.
To get Mir the upgrade Type 6, the one with
I
the
have
swivel
a cutter,
engines.
It's fine. I don't need an upgraded Type 6. I'm well off.
The
I
Type
know
6.
doing
There's
the
a there's a swivel engine on a
I'm
Type
s-
6 now, or are they talking about the what's my faces?
I thought talking about the cow.
Oh, the cow.
Doesn't the I don't know. Hold
Well, the
on,
cow
I'll-
is
I'll
the
look
Type
if-
9, right?
The Type 9 was the largest one, right? Or did they
Yes.
bring out another?
Well, there's a new one now. There's the Type 10. There's an even bigger one. That was the one that was brought in
Oh.
by the, I believe, by the Alliance. And then, oh hey, look, another Earth-like. What the? Wow. Oh, this one's far away. Of course it is. Oh, it's not that far away. Oh, the
Does
keelback.
The keel? Oh,
Does it have swivel engines?
I don't know.
When I think of swivel engines, I
Type-
think of those new Alliance ships, right? Like the Chieftain, and because they've got the ones where they actually turn down when the landing gear comes out.
Oh, I haven't looked at any of the new ships.
Yeah, I like the Chieftain. It's a neat looking ship. I think it was one of the first official Alliance ships.
Ooh. I'm looking at it right now, and yeah, I think I can see the swivel bit, but this looks like a Mass Effect ship. Like, you can almost compare it to the Normandy.
Little bit, huh? Like when you see, like, look for a picture when it's landed, you'll see like the engines actually turn and the landing gear comes out, and it kind of like it almost looks like a, I don't know, like an animal
A VTOL?
crouching. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like a VTOL. Yeah, not quite, but because they don't go all the way down. They only turn, I think, 45 degrees.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. That looks fancy. But again,
does that
that's
during
not
every
an
turn.
Imperial
Oh.
ship.
No, that's an Alliance ship.
Yeah, rubbish. We don't have those. Ooh, away with them. We are civilized people up here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, civilized with your indentured servitude and whatnot.
Yes, they're very civil.
That's awesome. So you play Alliance, like you go Alliance, or sorry, Empire. That's your
Yes,
your chosen
entirely.
faction in Elite Dangerous.
Of
I
course,
went
it's
myself.
the-
I went Alliance. So Bulls and I we went Alliance when we were playing together quite a bit.
Didn't you have rank with all of them since you can buy all of their ships?
I
I
actually,
assume you can.
oddly
I
enough,
thought you
so there's no rank with Alliance. They don't have rank, right? You can just buy all their ships. But there is rank with the Federation, and there is rank with the Empire. And I think this is the funniest thing, is that when I first started playing the game, I was I was working really hard to get Federation rank because I needed to unlock Soul, right? So that I could go to Earth. Because when I first started playing the game, that was my big thing, is I wanted to go do a fly around Earth. So I did that, and then I started doing some other stuff. I can't remember exactly what happened, but there was like some big thing going on with getting Empire rank. So I'm actually a king in the Empire, so I have access to all the Empire ships, but I don't have access to all the Federation ships, and I play as Alliance, right? So it's kind of like this weird, yeah, it does make no sense. But I have king
You're
rank
playing
with the
all
Empire.
sides.
I'm playing all sides. That's right. Although I think one thing I should do is when we do some of this combat stuff, when I get back to the bubble, I should do a bunch of stuff to try and level up with the Federation too, because I do want to actually have access to all the ships. So that's the only thing that I'm missing right now, is I need to get the I don't think I need to be all the way at the top, right? It's like either like the second highest or the I don't think you have to get all the way to the very top to get access to all the ships, but you have to be close.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't looked at the rank requirements for the Federation because, again,
It's about-
Empire, I have my blue-haired space princess.
Blue-haired space princess. She's like the sketchiest one of them all. Have you ever read any of the lore?
Me? Oh, that's fine. I just need to. I mean, sure, I know that she's very involved with propaganda, and publicly she
Well,
pretends she doesn't.
Yeah, like
need
she's
a
the one
slave.
that's. Oops, I'm gonna loop of shame. She's the one that's like outwardly against indentured servitude and all that jazz, right? But if you actually go through the lore around her and what she's doing, it's like, it seems like she's very two-faced, right? Like she's saying one thing and then doing very different things behind the scenes. But I'd have to go over the lore again.
For me. That's fine for me. I just need an icon that I can look up to as I sit in my space lorry and keep on grinding
Your
those
space
credits.
lorry. Oh, that's beautiful.
It's what it effectively is.
Space
Also-
lorry.
Cubio is a very wonderful home system. I like it. It's a lot nicer than the actual Imperial capital. Sorry, I've forgotten the name again. What was it?
Well,
I
the actual
forgot it.
the actual planet I think is called Capital, right? But it's
Yeah, the
but it's-
capital system.
well,
I've-
no, the
I've-
planet's
I've
called
got it.
Capital,
It's-
right? But the system's called oh, what's the name?
Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Because I know the Alliance is Alioth, and then Aisling Duval. Yeah, she's the blue-haired one. Yeah, that's the one we're talking about. Aisling Duval.
Yeah. Akana.
Akanar. There you go.
Achina?
But I think that the
Akana.
planet, the actual planet, is called Capital, which is
Yeah,
which
it
is
is
very
called
very Hunger Games, huh? Now, what was I doing? I'm probing. Let me probe.
Yeah,
Found
as
another
I was
Earth
saying, Akanar is nice, but the sun is too large for my taste, and it's too bright. Cubio is much nicer and friendlier, which is the home system of Princess Aisling Duval. Ailing?
Ah.
Aisling?
Aisling, yeah, Aisling Duval. And then what's the actual emperor right now is Larissa Lavini Duval or something like that?
50%.
Yeah. Not a
The one who took over
man.
when the
Service
emperor
scan
died.
complete.
Oh, Charlie is currently pledged to the blue-haired space princess, but just to get her shields. That is the
Just-
wrong kind of devotion.
I like you, but only because you couldn't give me something I want. Give me your stuff, and then I will move on. But is it Charlie 9? You were saying, yeah, just like yeah. So he was saying earlier, he's a merc. Like, he was calling me a merc because I'm a king with the Empire, and I have rank in the Federation, but I fight for the Alliance. So basically, I just fight for whoever I want, which makes me a merc, which is very true. I am an Imperial,
Frostbite
though.
says-
Oh, he is. Or Iron Matrix is an Imperial through and through. There we go. You got an ally.
Somebody with good taste.
Somebody with good taste.
Wonderful.
Frameshift drive charging.
I mean, all of the Imperial ships look so nice. If the Alliance had some nicer, less rustic ships, maybe I would bat some eyelashes. But
Yeah.
this is just about my personal choice and dashboard shape.
Frostbite saying that I should make Hutton Orbital my home. Well, you know, actually, it would be extremely profitable, right? Because if you made Hutton Orbital your home, then that's where, then you would go there a lot, and then you could pick up a free Sidewind, or sorry, a free Anaconda every time you go, and then sell it, right? You make tons of money.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, that's the one where you fly for like 30 minutes, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yes,
no, thank you.
The home of the space truckers. You're a space trucker.
Complete.
Well, I'm an Imperial space truck. I ship indentured servants.
Yeah. Well, Hutton
Well,
Orbital
oddly
is.
enough,
I think they don't pledge. They pledge to the old worlds, right? Like they are Galcop. Like they go way back to the old days.
Frameshift drive charging.
Because that's they're part of the whole Lave, like the original was it Lave and what's that? There was like maybe what 6 or 10 systems that made up the original galactic cooperative called Galcop. And then now they're called the Old Worlds, and Lave was one of them. I think Hutton Orbital and the Hutton Truckers and all of that, they're all part of that. They all swear allegiance to the Old Worlds. And was it Lave Radio? Clutched? Is that how you say that name? Hey! Welcome.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Because Lave, I don't know if anybody listens to Lave Radio, which is a fun show, but
Frameshift drive
oh,
charging.
I didn't actually scan. What do we got here? I think that's aligned to me, but I'll check. It's so close. It's right on the edge of, yeah, no, Rocky World. Nice try. I'm not gonna fall for your
Frameshift drive charging.
hijinks. See, it's the perfect home base. Yes, exactly. Hutton Orbital. Perfect home base.
But would she get a free Anaconda with every visit? I thought they'd limit it to like one per
Yeah, you're right.
visitor.
It's probably only one. You're right. You probably just get the free Anaconda the first time you visit, right?
Yeah, otherwise this
just
would
recently
be like,
started playing Elite Dangerous. Did a bunch of bounty missions and realized that let's not fly into the star. And realized that it looks like pirates sometimes drop stuff. Yes, they do. You can pick it up for sure. So they might drop cargo, like actual cargo, and they also will likely drop materials as well that you can pick up. And yeah, you need the cargo scoop for both. Materials are things that you can use for engineering. Oh, is it gonna trick me again? Once again, it looks like it could be an Earth-like world, but there's only 7 in this. Let's scan this. Why not? We'll scan this system. Oh yeah, and it's not.
I
It's not an
haven't
Earth-like.
touched engineering at all throughout my entire time in the game.
No. Well, everybody can do it now because it's part of the base game now. You all have access to it.
Oh. I think I had the DLC to do it. Which DLC was it?
Horizons?
Yeah, I had that one. You gave it to me.
Yeah, there's no Horizons anymore. And there's now just one game. They did that a few months back.
Well-
But Odyssey will be a new paid update.
System scan complete.
Well, yeah, they changed so it's certainly sensible to ask for a little bit of a, you know,
That's right.
time.
I've actually pre-ordered it myself. I pre-ordered it because I wanted access to the what do they call it, the alpha release or whatever. So I'm hoping I'll have access to it early, right? And then as long as there's no NDA, which I don't think they've done before, I'll be able to stream. I'll be able to stream it for you guys. So
For that, you need to be back in the bubble first.
yes, which is what I'm trying to do now.
I know. I know. I'm sorry that I keep reminding you.
No worries. I'm actively working on it. Well, I missed out on probably some epic stuff. You can also use collection limits to collect it as well. Yes. Yeah. Mir, you know all about collection limits, I imagine. Well, no, you're a space trucker. You're not a miner, so I don't know if you've used them much. Have you ever used limpets?
Frameshift drive
I think I have tried using them once. I did have a very brief period where I thought, yeah, let's try space mining, and then I realized, oh no, I need to collect floating stuff. That's the worst part. I can't navigate my ship.
But the dance of the limpets is beautiful. Did you see my video that I did way back in the day with the Sugar Plum Fairy music to the dance of the limpets?
I did.
Bum bum bum
I
bum
did?
bum
It
bum
is-
bum bum bum. Yeah, more Kevin MacLeod music that I used.
system scan.
But yeah, that was fun.
complete.
Collection
Fuel
limpets are great.
scooping.
Literally just got back from running
Fuel scooping
like
complete.
five bounty missions and pulled 1.5 million credits. Yeah, they've really bumped the payouts for combat stuff, which is great. It's a viable trade once again, or a viable way to make money. I know that's nothing for some of you guys, but it's my first run. Not bad. Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, with 1.5 too, like, so I'm assuming you're doing that in your Sidewinder if you're brand new to the game. So I would suggest first thing you upgrade on your ship is your power distributor. That'll, especially if you're doing combat, like that's going to give you much better power management and longer. You can shoot your guns longer if you're using lasers and all that kind of jazz. So first thing that I always do when I get a new ship is I get a A-rated power distributor once I can afford it. I could have made more if I had a cargo scoop. Well, everybody has a cargo scoop. You have a cargo scoop. You just don't have limpets and stuff but everybody has a cargo scoop, so you can actually just open up the scoop and then fly out and pick them up. That's stock. Well, shoot, I guess there is probably a ton of info out there on ship builds and stuff. It's a lot to take in though. Yeah, for sure. There is a lot to the game. I completely agree. But we can try and give you some pointers. I've been playing this game for a long time. I am currently exploring though. Actually, Clutched, why don't I'll give you an idea about where I am right now in the game.
Fuel scooping complete.
Give everybody an update on my progress. So let's just quickly take a look at... Oh, hey, there's some ammonia worlds in this system, so we will scan for that first. There's only 10 bodies in here, so I'll do a full scan of the system. Oh, there's still something else here. What else we got? Oh, there's gonna be stuff behind the star. Yes, there is. Okay, let's fly away a little bit. Yeah, Elite has a lot of info you can take in. Yeah, a lot to learn. No, I've got a Mark III after a few delivery runs. Oh wow, Cobra Mark III. That's one of the best early ships. Good all around multi-purpose ship. I love the Cobra Mark III. Great ship. What else we got
Obviously, the only right choice is to actually go with a Type 6. The best
Yes,
ship
Mir
around
Mir
for the
is a dedicated space trucker.
As everybody should be. If everybody's busy tracking stuff, there's no more fights, and we achieve galactic peace.
I love your theory. It's amazing.
Well,
It's a
minus the part
theory
where
of
we-
Saturday night politics. No reason to give up a good theory just because it's incorrect.
Complete.
Oh, you can't just call it incorrect. That's a little rude.
Dude, that's a quote that I'm sure nobody knows. That's from a movie.
I don't know that terrible movie.
It's from a movie
Only
called Air
recently.
America. It's a really old one. Robert Downey Jr. though, and Mel Gibson, but it's an old movie, but a great movie.
Oh.
Frameshift drive charging.
Frostbite is asking, only type 6, no type 7 or 9? No, only 6.
Only 6. I hate the scoop on the Anaconda as it not a huge door like the bottom.
3, 2,
Okay, so it's yeah, because it's still all the scoops are the same size, right? So you got a giant ship and a tiny scoop. How far already? Oh, right, I was supposed to show you. I've jumped already. Oh, and I think I just jumped. Did I just jump away from the ammonia rolls that I wanted to scan? Man, I'm not paying attention at all. Okay. Or whether actually ammonia rolls or was it messing with me? I don't know. Either way, I'm gone. No going back. I've gone too far.
complete.
Just got back from Colonia myself the other day. It was quite a trip for me. Yeah, I'm further than Colonia. So let's show you guys. So welcome to the Elite Dangerous Galaxy, right? As you know, every single point of light in the galaxy is a star that you can actually fly to. And I remind you of this because I'm about to zoom out. And we're going to zoom out. And we're going to zoom out. And we're going to zoom out. And look, here's the Milky Way galaxy. And Clutch, just so you know, this is the bubble. This is where you are probably in the human inhabited bubble of space over here. This is where Sol is, and all of those places. They're all nicely hidden away over here. I am currently, as you can see, about 43,000 light years away from Sol. This is where I was. I'm coming home from Beagle Point, so I flew. My original trip to Beagle Point was straight across. So I went all right across the galaxy. Go away, silly pop-up. Let's put it over there. So right here in the middle, Sagittarius A star, right? That's the center of the galaxy, the massive black hole. So I flew from Sol, from the bubble, all the way through the middle of the galaxy, all the way to the other side of the galaxy to Beagle Point, which is at the time that I got here is the farthest you can get from Sol in the game. Now I don't know if you can get further now because of fleet carriers, but I was out there. And then what I'm doing is now I'm flying home. So I'm flying down this spiral arm of the galaxy. And I'm almost halfway, and we're going to continue on. Whoops, now I'm zooming in because I clicked on something. Let's zoom back out. But yeah, so I've been flying all the way down the spiral arm of the galaxy here, and I'm continuing my trip all the way along here, and eventually I will pop back home. And just so you know, I guess everybody, but also Mir, who said that the greatest home port was the name of the place that you said was the greatest home port?
Cubio.
Cubio. My home port is Ilu.
Oh, how quaint. Also, just to read out what Clutch said. Jesus, cow slappy Christ, that's insane. I have taken
Yep.
some creative liberties there.
Yes, you did. It's awesome though. Yep. Insane, Clutched. I agree. I've flown a very, very long way. When I get back to the bubble, I'm hoping that I hit elite in exploration. I think I should. And I didn't show you where
These batteries
Colonia is.
explode.
Colonia is out there pretty far too, but I've been there twice now. I've been to Colonia and back twice now.
Oh, well, look who it is.
Hi.
Mister, I
Oh.
have too many chlamydias to stream this morning.
Fuel scooping.
Too many chlamydias.
Yeah, we discussed
No, you're
this
too-
earlier.
you're too
I
loud,
noticed
Boris.
that you didn't...
Fuel scooping
Thank you.
complete.
Like for me, your volume is a lot higher. I don't know if that's
Oh.
for everybody else.
He has
I
a
can-
microphone set up.
Is everybody else? Are we all even for you guys, or is Boris a lot louder than the rest of us?
Frameshift drive.
Is this in your Discord?
It might be. So I'm just curious.
Okay,
Boris is
Frostbite
loud.
just said Boris Loud.
Boris Loud. So it's everywhere.
Do I
It's in
just
my
whisper?
Discord.
I think
'Cause-
the thing is that you need to get Boris to be as loud as me, since you're taking the Discord audio as is. So if the difference between me and Boris is too great, then stream his it's 2.
Well, no, I'm like the volume in Discord actually doesn't affect what the stream hears.
Really? I
Yeah.
would have thought it does. I mean, how else
I'm-
are you getting it?
I'm pumping everything through voice meter, potato.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, but
voice
the
meter doesn't separate out me and Boris. Voice meter reads out Discord's audio
Oh, that's true.
as a whole.
So let me see here.
so if you just gotta right click on each of them.
Let's try that. Is that better for everybody? Oh, I guess you gotta say something, Boris.
Yeah, I've got to talk.
Yeah. How's that? Boris not so loud.
Is
Boris
this-
equal. Boris too soft.
Oh. Sorry, that was a terrible, terrible joke. I have been an awful company. I spent time with my today. Apple's my dad.
your what?
That's a joke. My dad, Apple. Apple is my
Oh.
dad. It's a long running gag.
Frameshift drive charging.
No, it cut out on the wrong word. All I heard was I've been spending time with Mike today.
Better.
Ah,
Trying to get the volumes just right. We'll see.
it's an art.
Yeah.
Oh, I see someone's had to slap their face a couple of times.
Yep. That was Apple as usual. Or Apple made me slap my face. He does it
I
once every
pop-
stream.
I popped in here to see. I'm not hurrying at all because I don't have anything. Audio sounds good now. That's good.
Good.
I don't have any plans for the rest of the day, so I can do it whenever. But due to an unforeseen family dinner, I didn't do my normal stream last night. So I was thinking about doing it after yours. Just thought we should coordinate roughly so that when
Okay.
you finish, I can pick up the stream straight after that.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, I normally wrap up. My normal quit time is in about 7 minutes or so. I'm going to take a look at my map and see how close I am to my goal. How far away I am from the. Actually, I could just look at how many
From
jumps I have.
Seoul?
Yeah, no.
Or your
No.
goal for today?
My goal for the
Okay.
stream.
Okay.
But I think I might be about at the halfway marker. Pretty quick here.
And that took
And-
how many days?
I don't know how many times have I streamed now, Boris? Is it like I'm not sure if this is my 4th stream. Is this my 4th stream? I don't know.
I'll be
If you
able
go,
to tell you in a moment. Fifth?
my 5th. Okay,
This is your fifth. Yeah.
this is my 5th stream, and then there's what 4 days left before New Year's, or including New Year's.
Oh, God, there's only 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't think I'm gonna
haven't
make it, but I
planned
think I'll get
anything.
close. There's 2 Earth
you
likes
could
in
have-
this system. Actually, there's another one. What? Are there 3? Are there 3 Earth likes in this system?
What if you double one of your streams this week, and then you have another stream on New Year's Eve where you spend your last 3 hours flying into Seoul?
Oh, well, I would want to go to a station before I did that, though, because then I would go right back to Beagle Point.
Fair enough. Well, look who it is, Mr. Chlamydias too.
What? What just happened?
Chlamydias. Never mind. It's a
Oh.
joke I am trying to force on people. It's not
I'm what?
Oh,
What?
okay.
What? I'm what?
Mr. Chlamydias 2 himself.
Sounds vaguely Egyptian, but also vaguely upsettingly sluttish.
You heard it.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah,
Greetings.
welcome
Hello,
back. We
Minty.
haven't talked to you for a while.
No.
But yeah, welcome back with Chlamydia 2.
Thank you. Who's but I'm offended because who's chlamydius one?
Boris is Mr. Chlamydius one. He had chlamydius this morning because he didn't stream. He didn't stream because he had chlamydias,
Oh, was he blocked?
I'm assuming. And now he's trying to pass it off as a family dinner or something.
Oh, ooh,
That,
well,
that actually gives way too much context. I don't. Notable still.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this system is the greatest find. I found an anomaly and 3 Earth-likes in this system.
I'm coming. And
That's a different disease.
no, I'm switching on Twitch. I just want to see the system. Yeah, so I thought I'd jump in whilst you were still streaming.
Hey, welcome. Yeah, I haven't heard from you in a long time. Welcome.
No, it's I've been a busy boy this whole year.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, that's right. So this is the first time off I've had for quite this whole year basically, which is nice. I'm not got too long because I'm actually going to a suburb in Brisbane to collect 2 Xbox 360 controllers that I've found for $60. So that's-
Why? What's your point? I mean, sorry, I said that in the wrong tone. I mean, I'm
Why?
genuinely curious.
Why?
well, because all the previous Xbox controllers I've had wired Xbox controllers to play on my PC,
Yeah.
but they've all died over time, over usage and whatnot. So it's very hard to find wired Xbox controllers. But anyway, I found a guy in Gumtree that had 2 wireless ones with the USB adapter for $60. So I thought I'd snap it up.
How are the wired ones less frequent than the other ones? I don't get that.
Well, I think they're just older now. The wired ones, they're just becoming a thing of the past.
Cargo
I
hatch is what you're looking
feel
for,
old
Clutch.
Too.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm still trying to look at this system that Unibus is in. Where am I? Wait a minute. Oh, I haven't even logged in. I've not logged into Twitch on my I should really do it on my phone, but my phone's upstairs getting charged. So I can't do that.
And you're right, Frostbite. If I just jump, if I do like a whole stream where I just do jumping and I don't even look at anything, I probably could make it.
Oh no, now it's saying you need a verified login code and you need to go to an email address. Now that's...
Now you need your phone?
That's just cheeky. No, I think I can do it on the computer. There we go.
That's fine. Just give Boris your email login information. He looks up the code for you. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Well, I've just got to work out which email address it's sending me to. They all start with M. Here we go. Found it. 702211. If anyone wants my Twitch verification code, that helps. If anyone's fast.
M for mucus?
M from mucus. It's beautiful. Alright, here we are. Oh, now it's an advert. Oh my god. I'm not used to adverts as a premium YouTube subscriber.
Yeah, same
not
here.
used
I
to
know,
it.
right?
Yeah. So it's oh, there's a guy I used to know that used to be on a computer game show in Australia. Oh my goodness. What was that show called, Boris? The good one? The good computer game show?
Good game.
Good game. Yeah. So,
Barjo, is it Barjo?
it's Barjo, which is the geekier one.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a full-time Twitch streamer now.
Oh wow. Oh, interesting. I should pay attention. All right, I can see you finally, Nubis. God, you're looking beautiful, aren't you?
Surface scan complete.
Thank you. I'll take it. Well, here you go. So yeah, look, Earth-like, 2 Earth-likes that orbit each other
Oh.
around the first star, and then there's another Earth-like down here around the second star. So I'm probing them right now.
Do they mind?
No, I hope not, because I'm not going to
No.
stop.
No.
Did I? Yeah, I'm going to the...
How much closer are you to the bubble now?
I'm almost... I think I'm about halfway back.
Wow, that's quite impressive.
Yeah, I've gone about 42,000 light years so far or so.
Wow, that's some good dedication there.
Well, here, why don't I show you? I'll pull up the the galaxy map. So
Oh,
this
yeah.
is where I am
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
Mhm.
So that's Sol over here, or the bubble
yep, yep,
was
yep.
over here,
Yep.
and I'm about 43,000 light years from there. And then I came from Beagle Point, which is over here, which is about 41,
Yeah.
almost 42,000
Yeah.
light years away. So I'm about almost halfway
Ah,
in the
that's
galaxy.
impressive. Very nice. Very nice.
But if they keep throwing Earthlights at me, I'm never gonna make it.
Well, this game is nonsense. There's too much to do. There's way too much to do.
But you're gonna be playing with us when I get back, right?
Yes, certainly am. I'm just lingering around the bubble. I'm trying to just get used to. I'm using the trading computer extension, and ED Discovery.
Yep, I have both of those as well.
Mm-hmm. But I've had some issues with the TCE because I was trying to load an old database from years ago when I was using it, but just gave me some issues, and I was. Oh no, you all right?
I'm gonna fly right into the planet, so I veered off
Oh.
because I didn't slow down in time. I'm gonna loop of shame.
shame.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's all right. So I reached out to the forum for TCE, and he made a few suggestions. But now I'm just on a local database, so I don't have any data in my TCE. So I'm trying to work out what to do and how to work it with my old database.
Yeah, I used to use TCE all the time, but eventually I just kind of succumbed to the convenience of EDDB.io. If you don't know,
Yeah.
which basically
yeah.
has all the data from everybody available at your fingertips.
You're so naughty. You're such a cheat.
Yep, it's too convenient.
That's fair. I can understand.
Well, I started off the way you were doing it too. I definitely enjoyed doing it that way for a while, and then it was just like, you've got to be really dedicated to that method.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It's understandable. The place is too big.
Yeah, it's huge. Because the route planner and the trade tools and everything that they have on EDDB.io is really good.
Nice. I'll have a look at it. But did you know you had your name on the wiki?
I had no idea my name was on the wiki until you showed me the screenshot. I'm like, woo,
pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I couldn't believe it. I was just pressing the link, and then Anubis started talking to me. I said, "Oh, I've hit the wrong button."
Yeah.
Is Anubis Wikipedia now?
He's on
I wasn't quite listening.
Yeah, he's on the Elite Dangerous fandom wiki. It's a link to part of the Trade Computer extension, and here's a good video to watch for some good information. Plus, he's a
somebody
good-looking
linked
man.
to my video on. Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, I just got I got a message from Minty a few days ago with a screenshot. I'm like, oh, cool.
He's famous. So that was cool.
Oh,
The
now
amount
that
of
he's
times
famous,
you've
he
had to
can't
loop.
hang
Yes,
out
Frostbite.
with us anymore.
Yes.
I guess you're too famous for us now, Anubis. So
I'm on a wiki page. Is that all? Is that all it takes?
yeah.
How far away? So this one's 1,000. How far
Sorry.
away is this guy? 12. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go look at a stellar phenomena. Do you guys want to see some stellar phenomena? And it's not just stellar phenomena. It is notable stellar phenomena.
Oh, I hope it's Anubis head-shaped ass.
I would
to
know that
encounter
I
one
made it big
eventually.
then, if that ever happened. Well, it's like, do you guys know who Co Carnage is, right? He's a very, very well-known streamer. I guess he did some voice acting, and he's actually a character in Cyberpunk 2077. He's the prophet, like the... So yeah, it's like, that's what happens when you become famous, is you actually get put in a video game. There you go.
So that's your next most famous step. Wikipedia,
Yes, right.
then video game.
Wikipedia, then video game. There's no in between.
Anubis is planning on offering Thargoid sightseeing tours once he's back in the bubble.
Yeah, Yeah. If you want to join Minty, I will take you along for some Thargoid sightseeing tours. You just have to sign the waiver at the bottom of the form that says that I'm not responsible for your inevitable demise.
Hold on, I thought it wasn't inevitable. You said there may be a chance I survive if I'm not in a wing with you and you're distracting them as I run away.
Well, yeah, the word inevitable is in like 2-point font.
Oh, I will die eventually anyway, I get it.
No, likely there. All right, we are heading towards some inevitable. Oh, we have an apple again. What the?
Hello.
Thanks,
Oh.
Father.
Minty
And we have a
left.
lyric.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Minty left
I was
immediately.
here
I
to
told you,
disperse
Apple.
you all to start a stream for somebody else. That was my mission. No,
I
fuck.
told you Minty
out.
would leave if you arrive. Oh,
We got
I'm
the whole
sorry.
group.
Why does it say Minty's muted by me? When did I mute you?
We just need to get Spidey here, and we can just play the role playing game.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
No,
am
no,
I a character now?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
You
so
play a
Mir
German man living in
and
England.
Minty, you guys have to fill in for Spidey, I guess, right? So you just have to be a split personality for his character.
No, we can manage this. I'm the polite Canadian sorry bit, and Minty is the brash cursing things out bit.
What are you bitches all about?
Wow.
Very convincing.
Yeah.
Oh, have you guys
convinced.
seen what I'm seeing? What is this?
No, I'm looking. What is it? What is it? Where?
Space tank mines.
Yeah. Well, they do. They look like caltrops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. I've got to. Wait, how do I do this? My computer broke down. It's the first time I plugged in my microphone audio setup like all year, and it just blue screen. So I'm watching in Twitch now. Where's this anomaly? That's it.
Can you touch one, please?
It's so fleshy looking.
Yeah. Like what is?
Why is she looking? I'm not. I'm
Go
looking.
and
at
give it
your
a
Twitch
rub.
now. Oh.
Oh.
Is that
What?
snowflakes in the sky?
What are those?
Yeah, space snowflakes.
Space flakes.
Spakes.
Spakes.
Bakes.
Do you think they'd go well with barbecue sauce?
Yeah, they would. Something
way,
comes out
Worcestershire.
that hole. Let's be real. Look at that nib. That is a fluid producing nib.
What?
Either that, or you can enter it.
Or that.
Just glide right in.
Get closer.
Go on. Enter
Get
the fluid
closer.
producing nib.
There is a blinky red light at the end of these things, and in the middle of
Oh,
them.
That's the
It's
guy.
regulation.
They're like little eyeballs. Like, oh my god, look at this thing.
Ugh,
Oh.
ugh. That's looking more and more disgusting the closer you get.
Oh. Camera went too far. You've gone too far.
God, your spaceship's really bust up.
Whoa. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
look at
flying
it.
around here for a while.
Yeah, look at that. That is quite the structure.
Weird.
Can you go into one of the holes, please? I want to see
Yeah,
what's
pop-
inside.
Pop in the hole.
Well, so that's what's going to happen. It's going to go black when I do that. So here, let me. I need to figure out how to.
What the? What? Why am I typing in chat? I didn't type.
Wait, I'm Apple. What's going
What the
on?
hell? Who is that? Who the bloody hell is that? And how are you on my account? What?
Boris? We've hit a paradox.
I'm gonna go look at one of these whiter ones.
What is going on?
Does Brian have access to your thing?
Oh, maybe. No, I don't think so. Maybe though. That makes the most sense. End your loyalist. What?
Sorry. Did I? I'm gonna turn that off.
And your loyalist.
What
What's
is
going on?
going
Hello?
on?
Hello, everybody. Somebody explain what's happening?
Apple's I had identity theft.
Yep.
Look at this thing, though. What is this stuff, man?
What?
I'm so confused.
Did you ever
Can
come
you bring
across the
one home?
Thargoids, Anubis?
Oh yes, they have hyperdicted me, and one has killed me. Wow, this is quite the sight. All right, I need to scan one of these white
That's
ones.
impressive.
So
The white ones look like dead versions of the other ones.
yeah, maybe
The
that's
white
what's
ones
going on.
also
Huh?
seem to be larger.
Weird stuff. Biological
Yeah.
geological discovery made. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Let's go over to
Albidum peduncle tree. It's a peduncle tree. That's your really bad uncle.
I think peduncle sounded better.
Peduncle.
Peduncle.
organic structures. These
I
things?
apologise for everything that just happened in
A
chat. by the
peduncle
way.
tree.
Um,
You're right. They're a peduncle tree.
Yeah, say peduncle. Let's don't do peduncle.
A
Peduncle?
peduncle is a very different thing.
Yeah.
So I found two very different strange things. Whatever these
That's
are.
cool. That's very cool. Now you've just made me want to play this game even more forever. Every waking moment.
Well, you came at the right time. Like, I think this is the second time.
Thanks, Anubis. Anytime.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's right.
oh.
It's all thanks to you.
Yeah.
You could help each other out. Minty could be playing the game while Anubis is sleeping. And then Anubis gets back to the bubble in time.
Just pre-record some lines, and you mute yourself. Minty.
You mean like this?
And you just. I have to make my own. Oh, you bastard!
Oh, I still have to go to this other Earthlight.
It's still going on in chat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Is this like an
What is
identity
this?
theft let's play?
I don't. I'm sure you've tried to do speedruns of that in the past, like when you were very drunk.
Cannot comply.
Oh yeah.
Drive charging.
What is going
Yeah,
on?
Some things do come back to me.
4, 2,
The realization of that voice.
All right, so yeah, this
Anyway.
system is pretty awesome. 3 Earthlikes and some stellar phenomenon. We have some peduncle trees.
Peduncle trees, yeah.
Yep. We'll see you later. See you next
See you
week.
later. That's right. I was hoping to make up. How many more jumps until I get to my 31 jumps until I get to where I was planning to go, which was another stellar phenomenon. So maybe I'll save that for the next stream so that there's something cool to find there too. Because I'm already past the time.
Have you got like a notepad there about which system's got the stellar phenomenon? I mean, how do you tell that?
Big brain.
Yeah, big brain. No, the codex. So if you go into the codex,
Oh
you
yeah,
go to
it's a
discoveries,
look it up. Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you look
yeah,
at the area that you're in, right? So you select the area that you're in, and then you can look and see, and it'll show you different things that are in this
right.
area, right?
Space Wikipedia.
Spacepedia.
Spapedia.
So I normally was. I think it's a Lagrange cloud is what I was going for. One of these guys. And so I just open it. Like if you open one up and then you click on the location, it'll open that up in the galaxy map for you, and then you can plot a course to it.
Yeah, cool. Oh, cool. And tell me, have you managed to get your name onto any discoveries?
Oh, yeah. I've turned in all of the. I've already turned in all of the data that I collected when I went from the bubble to Beagle Point, there was a ship. What are they called? Ship carrier.
Fleet carrier?
Fleet carrier. Thank
Is
you.
that it?
Yeah, there's a fleet carrier that was posted out there. Because I waited so long after I finished Distant Worlds 2, I just sat there for like a year and a half or something, and then the fleet carriers were released, and somebody flew all the way out to Beagle Point. So when I logged back in, there was a fleet carrier sitting at Beagle Point, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just turn in all my data here so I don't lose it.
That's pretty good. That's
And I
pretty
had a whole bunch of first discoveries that I found along the way to Beagle Point. Yeah. So now
That
now
does
I'm,
mean, though, if you die, you respawn.
I go back to Beagle Point. Yes.
Yeah. So there's real consequences to you dying.
Yes.
So to start this journey again.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Oh
That-
wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
that would be a rage quit
Somebody's
moment.
using my points now.
And do you think is there still
Hydrate.
opportunity
Okay,
for people
well-
to be discovering? Is there still
Oh, yeah.
opportunity for people to be discovering? Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I think it's like 0.008% of the galaxy has been discovered so far.
UK.
0.009.
Oh my
they've
God.
released a
0.009.
new issue of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's all over then. It's
It's all over. Yeah.
Point
Yeah.
0.009 has been discovered. That is just
Yep.
the most ridiculous.
And
thing
people
I've
have
heard.
been turning in discoveries like crazy for the last 6 years, right? Like, that's a lot of discoveries. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of discoveries or whatever, right? But yeah, no, the galaxy is that big.
That is mind-boggling. I watched when I was doing one of my college assignments. It was researching the internet, and of course that was quite interesting, researching the internet from the 80s onwards. But I did find
Oh, neat.
myself watching a YouTube documentary on Ian Braben. Is it Braben? Ian Braben?
David Braben
David Braben and Ian Bell.
and Ian Bell. Yeah, they were the
yeah,
inventors
and
of Elite.
Yeah. So there was a good 80s doco on their, or 90s maybe, on their how they made Elite. It's well worth a watch.
I've seen some of that stuff, but yeah, I would be interested in the one that you found because I know quite a bit about that history as well. But yeah, like it's neat. And then of course the big falling out between the two, which has caused a lot of legal problems since then.
Yeah. This is quite an interesting history. But I love the original Elite. I played it incessantly on my Commodore 64. It was just the best game ever.
See, I never
Yeah,
knew
I
about
mean-
it. It's funny because I was a big space person too growing up, but I never heard of Elite. I never found it. Maybe it's because it was a British game and I was in Canada. I don't know, but
Yeah, might have been. Yeah, but I mean, when you look back at it, it's just the most terrible looking thing ever. But it was just
well, not at
so
the time.
engrossing.
Yeah.
Not at the time, but just the trading. Just the trading part was just amazing. I found it just.
Yeah.
And that's why I avoided Elite Dangerous for so long, because I knew it would suck me in completely and utterly.
Yep.
And
I know that
I
feeling.
don't mean that in there.
Well,
But anyway,
I had
I
this.
have to.
Sorry,
on.
go ahead. I was just gonna say I had
Go ahead.
exactly the same experience with Minecraft. So my son, I think, worked on me for like at least 6 months, trying to convince me to play Minecraft with him. And I remember the first time, like he showed it to me, and the first time he showed it to me, he's like, "Oh, Dad, you should play this with me." And I looked at it, and I'm like, "No." He's like, "Why? You don't think you'll like it?" I'm like, "No, the problem is I think I'll love it." And I don't have time for this game.
Yeah. I must admit, that was just, when I started playing Minecraft. I'm sure you were the same, Boris. When you started playing Minecraft, you loved it so much you made a career out of it.
I think I started in like creative. I thought that was going to be the way into it. No, I didn't, because it wasn't creative at that time. No, it was Space Engineers. I started in creative.
Yeah.
because that was all there was. Yeah.
How many years ago would that have been?
completely
You started playing Minecraft.
I started recording, like my first episode on YouTube came out the day after it was released out of beta. So I think that was 2010,
Wow,
and I was playing.
Yeah, I
a
was
little
playing
bit
in
before then.
2010.
Complete.
that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
See, I found
so
it
I-
much later than that, but
Yeah, so did I, and then I was addicted for years. But anyway, I have to say a goodbye because I need to go and get these Xbox controllers now. But it's been nice to pop in and say hello.
Yes.
I'm sure I'll be able to do that again in the next whenever you're on next. You'll be doing this over
Next
the next year.
yeah. Well, my plan
Next
is to
Christmas.
be streaming basically every day from now until New Year's, trying to finish the trip. So yeah, if you're around tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next day, drop in and say hi.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I probably will. All right. Well, goodbye, everybody,
Cheerios.
and I'll speak to you soon.
Bye, Auntie. Love you.
Bye.
Oh, love you.
Charging.
Love you. Mwah. Twat.
Twat.
So what are you doing here, Dad?
Well, I had to do something, and then I was asked to come back, so I came back. So I wasn't doing the thing that I was doing, and then
What did you do?
I popped back. Oh,
What
a lot
didn't
of
you do?
illegal things.
Oh, and frostbite. Yes, I totally agree with you.
Cocaine.
Can't really go into. Yeah, a bit
Always
of
something to
cocaine
find.
off the toilet rim.
That's true
Yeah.
about the universe as well.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Go find some things in the universe. It's not hard.
What?
Don't, don't waste your time with a silly game. Just go out there and find some new things.
Yes, because that's how it
Speaking
works.
about doing
Frame shift.
cocaine on the toilet room,
Yeah.
I'm reminded of the conversation Boris had on the Stonecraft Saturday stream. I am sure his new, very cleansed bowels would probably handle cocaine well. If...
What?
Oh no!
Yeah, Anubis
What?
wasn't there for that.
What?
I know.
I thought I
What?
was watching that stream, but I don't recognize that reference.
What?
So he wants to use his butt for other things now that it's.
Oh, right, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I don't actually
What?
think that's a bad idea, to be honest.
Do you actually want to know, Anubis?
You could
No.
grip like so much extra things.
How
You could.
PG do you want your stream?
Oh no, we're on the YouTuber channel now. I was already talking about this with Mir. It's free for all now.
I did try to keep it fairly PG. I didn't say too much. Well, I said a lot.
You said a lot, but in a not rude way, I suppose.
A loot.
So
So you have to say
I-
a loot.
A loot.
Do you remember that joke, Boris, or no?
I know that you say a loot all the time. I can't
Well,
remember why.
I say it for you because there was the Boris's True Stories thing that I did in Robica the Younger or whatever, one of my GTA videos where you were talking about something and you accidentally said a loot instead of a lot, and then I made a whole video about it.
I don't remember that at all, but that explains why
Yep.
you say that to me all the time.
Yep. A loot.
You've
I have to go
been
find the video for you
confused
now.
this entire time.
No, I just thought, oh, that's just Anubis.
Yep.
Oh,
That's just what
okay.
he does.
Well, actually, that was throwback memory lane thing going on, but that was the same stream where Apple, you and I were basically killing each other on the way to the. I think everybody was waiting for us at a golf course or something like that, and the two of us were like killing each
Yeah.
other the whole way there, and they were wondering why it was taking us so long.
Those recordings were so terrible. It would be like 45 minutes to an hour of us just dicking around, 10 minutes of recording, and then another 2 hours of dicking around. It was so bad.
It was so bad. And then, some of those were the best though. Like that was the one where I got the.
Oh, that was so much fun.
What was the one? The Mongoose Wrangler? The Mongoose Wrangler? or whatever?
Oh, so many of those like days where we would turn up to do a recording as well, and we just wouldn't. We'd have just dicked around in GTA for like 3 hours, and then gone, oh crap, we gotta go.
If anybody wants to see any things we're talking about, the videos for those, they're the GTA shorts that are on my old channel. So they're still there.
They're legendary. Yeah.
Those are some of the funnest recordings. Oh man.
Yeah. We even choreographed one last episode, but we never did it.
Yeah, that's true.
Did
I still
more
have the
rehearsals
entire-
than we did recordings.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I still have the whole story arc and everything. I made was it Trello? I think we were using at the time. I have the whole story arc documented in there. Good times. It was fun. I'll jump into the next SpaceX, heading out into the abyss. There we go. Frostbite's got it covered. He's just gonna hitch a ride on a SpaceX spaceship and go out in the universe.
It's
Okay,
not hard to stow away onto a spaceship, is it?
No, I don't think so. I don't know why I didn't think of this myself. I think this is something I should do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy a camera, and well, he's also got he's building that whole Starlink thing, right? So there's now internet in space.
Yeah.
So I think I should get a
Space
camera and I'll hook up on Twitch, right? And then like with Wi-Fi and get a Starlink connection. Then I'll stow away on Spaceship One, or on Starship or whatever he's calling it. And then then I'll live stream the whole thing from the inside.
Why don't you just like message him?
Yeah,
Being like, oi,
yeah, he'd probably be down for this. I won't even have to stow away, right?
can I get on? Yeah, yeah. No,
Aren't
Mr. Musk is like, he's down with the kids.
He's
so.
he's down with the kids.
Mr. Musk.
Mr.
Mr. Musk. Yeah.
Charging.
I'm worried that he's so far down with the kids that he
Oh,
came
whoa,
at the
whoa,
other
whoa.
end already again.
Oh Jesus. We are not endorsing that message.
No, not like this. I mean, like figuratively. Also, aren't they already live streaming all of their launches?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
but
they're
the
not
movies
live
do it
streaming
better.
it from the
They don't
point
have
of view of a
personality.
stowaway inside the spaceship.
Yeah. Sneaking into spaceship, gone wrong, gone sexual.
Right. The stream would be extremely thrilling, right? Because it would basically be a live stream of a stainless steel wall.
And occasionally just grunts from you trying to
Actually, you know what?
move out.
I'll do it like Blair Witch. I'll have the shaky cam on my
Yeah.
face with snot coming down my nose, and all like
Yeah, just pretend it. We'll just rig it. We'll just pretend that you're out there. Someone's just get your son to like shake a box that you're in, paint it silver. Good.
Well, you got to time it right with a launch.
just like the moon landing, right?
Yeah. Well, we all know that's fake. So they trying to pull the wool over our eyes. We all know that
we
Bush
all-
did
you know-
9/11.
The Earth is flat too, so don't fall off the edge.
Yep.
Did you just say
the
we all
Queen
know
is a
that
lizard.
Bush didn't land on the moon?
President
No,
Bush
he's the only
didn't
one that
land on
did.
the moon. I'm coming out and I'm saying it. Okay, he despite the evidence, I'm saying he didn't do it.
He didn't, but Dick Cheney did.
But Dick Cheney
God.
did,
Oh,
and
no.
that's a throwback
Mia.
to
Lost Mia.
Cards Against Humanity.
Apple
No,
doesn't know.
I haven't seen that bit yet. I'm watching through the stream, but
Well,
I
get
haven't
ready.
seen that bit yet.
That's the only hint for you is when you get to the Dick
Yeah.
Cheney part, be prepared.
But I've got to go again. So bye.
Oh.
Wow, that was well done.
2, 1.
And you didn't ruin it by saying.
Oh my
hello
goodness, that was crazy. That was a fun little trip down memory lane.
again. My throat hurts again.
Yeah, I've actually got. I touched one kid yesterday.
Whoa.
And now I'm sick.
Complete.
You can't just say that like this on camera.
And now I'm sick. Well, yeah.
It might have been. There were 4 kids involved. It might not have been yesterday. It might have been Christmas Day.
This is
That's a
getting
bunch of
worse and
kids.
worse.
Yeah, no, I think we need. I normally don't say this. No, actually, that's not true. I normally say this all the time. Boris, we need context.
Well, kids make you sick, right? They're always sick.
Yes.
I went near a kid, and now my throat's quite sore. And instead of just forgetting about, like, just skipping a stream, I've agreed to do one this morning. So I'm going to completely lose my voice partway through it. And then Lyric's going to be really annoyed because I'll spend the rest of the day complaining about it.
Oh, he's already spent all of today complaining about it.
Complete.
So I think what you're saying, what I'm hearing, Boris, is that even once COVID, once we have a vaccine and everybody is healthy again, that you would like to continue all of the COVID rules, but just instead of COVID, you're just going to replace it with children.
Yeah, all children must They.
Everybody must always
Yeah,
keep
quarantine.
6 like 2 meter distance from all children. Whenever you're near a child, they and you all have to wear masks.
Oh, I saw that going in a completely different direction. I thought we're replacing the virus with children, so you now have to inhale a child to get sick. But then again, I would
that
like
would
to
be-
have a vaccine against children.
You might be unemployed though if that happened.
Oh, don't worry, I'll go into higher education.
All right. Well, because of all of the hijinks, I've streamed an extra half an hour.
Well, do
Victory
you mind
trumpet.
streaming an extra couple of minutes so that I can get stuff to make sure that my voice lasts?
Yep. Yeah, you get sorted,
Fine.
and then you let me know when you're ready, and then I'll pass it over to you.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do, everybody, is we're going to raid Boris's stream on the same channel when I'm done.
Yeah. So, I know that Rage Plague is back, still on the way to Seoul. Yes.
Yes.
He will be for a while.
I'm still on the way to Seoul. I'll give you here.
Everyone who's here.
I'll give you the update.
Go
ahead, Boris.
I'll wait for the update. Okay.
All right, here's the update.
So,
I am
every time you
42,000
zoom
light
out,
years
You
from
want
the
to
point.
interrupt him
That's it.
again?
I am
no, I'm
43,000
saying
light
I'm
years
just
from
on a
Seoul.
delay.
I am about halfway through. A little, almost halfway there. There's the update. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's quite a distance. It's actually impressive. I'm used to you like zooming out on them and seeing that you've traveled like 2 millimeters.
That's what it was felt like at the beginning, didn't it?
So,
Hey, Gary.
What we're doing after this is, for everyone who's turned up to see a space game played by Anubis, I'm going to do the complete opposite. And I'm going to be fighting children.
Oh, bully?
In a pretend school. Yeah.
Nice.
So, the complete opposite of this game.
Well, so
But
this is
that's
your
what'll be
perfect.
happening.
This is your perfect outlet then, right? Because in real life, children just got you sick. So now you're going to go into a virtual
Yeah.
world and take out all your aggression on children.
Yeah. The important thing to note is that I'm also a child, so that makes it fine. Child
makes
on
it all
child
okay.
violence is completely fine
Yep,
and acceptable.
That's how it works.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna step away for a moment.
Right. Looks like I found something too. So now I have to stay streaming for a little bit longer because I found something. That's how it works.
How inconsiderate of space to just litter stuff to look at everywhere. Jeez,
Oh,
I
it
just
tricked
want to
me,
get
though.
home.
Tricked me. Thought that might have been an Earth-like, but it wasn't. Tricked me. What do we got over here? Nothing. Where is the thing I want? God, there's so much stuff. So one of the problems when there's when it's a system full of things and you're looking for one particular planet, you end up having to scan the whole thing just to make all of the other objects go away. So I don't know if what I'm looking for is here. Because there's just too many things. Too many rocky worlds. So I agree with you, Mir. So now I'm just going to scan the whole system.
I have run into a problem.
Uh-oh, what'd you run into?
My home system, Cubio, is not actually the home of my space princess. She lives in Semius. What I am living at is the power play center for her.
Oh.
Well, this is awkward.
Yep. I think you should commit Sudoku.
Oh, I'll go buy a suicide.
Well played. Oh, there's something here.
Gary's concerned with the topic of the stream we had. Yeah, it was worse earlier when Minty was here. No, it's
Isn't that
actually
normally the
bad
case?
all the time? Yeah.
I don't even remember what we were talking about anymore.
Oh, Gary heard that part too. Don't worry, I'm sure it was also bad earlier too. Like that one time I gave Anubis the trifle recipe. Or when Scoundrel was talking about 2 elves in a cup.
Oh, another stellar phenomena. Wasn't I saying that I
Oh,
couldn't
you
find any of
poor
these things, and
soul.
now I just can't stop finding them? And in Earth, like,
Ah.
wow. I'm finding a lot of good stuff. This stream, guys, has been probably the
System scan complete.
best run I've had so far. Wow.
Well, don't explode then.
Yeah. So let's go probe the Earth-like, and then let's go to the stellar phenomena, and then I'll stop. And we'll hand it over to Boris and Lyric. Or I guess Boris beating up kids in school and Lyric commenting on his horrible behavior. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll probably have you in the background while I make myself some dinner. Because for me, it's the end of the day. It's the end of the day yesterday. Time zones are weird.
Gosh.
Yeah, I'm living your last night, just so you know. I always like saying that you're in the future. So it's way more fun. Can you slow down?
I'm just booting up all the things that need to be booted up.
All right, well, you've got a bit of time because I found another Earth-like and another stellar phenomena.
Okay.
Suddenly, boom. Bug explosion? Oh no, don't say that. Don't need no Thargoids. Alrighty, how many probes for this one? 6. Okay, so we'll do the trifecta. The trifecta pattern. See if that does it. I got one spare, just in case.
50%.
Land right in the middle. Oh yeah,
Surface
oh
scan
yeah.
complete.
Getting better at this. Alright, now we got stellar phenomena. Notable stellar phenomena. You guys get a treat this stream. Like, how many Earth-likes did we find? We found 2 sets of stellar phenomena now. I think I've found, what, like 4 or 5 Earth-likes, several water worlds. It's been a good run. Been a good run. Some streams we find nothing. It's like, what's that? Oh, one of my favorite scenes. All right, that's not true. Like, the entire movie is like my favorite scene. What's that? Spaceballs. When they comb the desert. Have you guys seen Spaceballs?
No. I'm
No.
sorry.
Oh, no. There's a scene. So
I have
it's
seen it.
Yeah, Spaceballs, and there's a scene where they're trying to find people, and so they send them down to the planet, and so it's a like a desert planet, and the boss is like, comb the desert, and then the camera pans over and you see a bunch of guys carrying a giant like men's comb, like those men's combs, and they're dragging it across the sand. And one guy, the boss guy or whatever, like calls over him, he's like, have you found anything? And he just looks back, we ain't found shit. So dumb, but it's so funny. And yes, I just snorted. I love that movie. Yes, Prospect, good movie. When will then be now? Soon. That entire movie is basically quotable.
Isn't virtually every movie quotable for you?
No, well, because I can, yeah,
Oh,
but
Lord
but
of references.
whether it's worth quoting or not is what I meant. Right? That entire movie is worth quoting.
Oh.
Oh, found more space spikes. Why do I keep finding space spikes? More caltrops. Well, let's fly up to these guys. It's gonna be, actually, that might be a really cool screenshot with the star behind it. And it looks like, actually, this one looks like it's in a bit of a gas cloud, huh? Since it's diffusing the light.
Right, I'm all set up when you're ready, but
Sorry.
no hurry.
What's going on? Oh, I'm at the thing. So I'm just gonna take a quick look at these space caltrops, and then I'll hand it over to you. Oh, you never got to see it? SpaceX killed it first? Ah, it's good. It's worth it. Totally worth it. You did not read the in-game description last time, which made me sad. The in-game description of what? What didn't I read? Alright. Let's scan this thing. Oh, I think I've already found... Alright, so these are similar, I guess, to the ones that we found last time, because I didn't get a new discovery for it. But let's just quickly pop out. And that's kind of pretty, though. Like, look at that. That's kind of pretty. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. More backgrounds for my computer. Yeah, it's got those pulsating red things on the edge. I don't know. If I was flying through space and I found something like this, I would be very scared. I'd be scared. This does not look like something you would want to come across. Space Corona. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Isn't that creepy? That's how we're going to end the stream, on a very creepy note. Might be too, is it too dark? Can people even see what I'm looking at on the stream? I don't know.
No, I can see that. Yeah.
Can you? Okay.
Well, you can make out the outline at least.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. So I will. I'm going to leave you all here, and I'm gonna hand it over to Boris, and you can watch him play some bully. So everybody just stick around. There'll be a brief disconnect, and then come back online. Right?
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. But now that Mia said, "Can we raid ourselves?" That's obviously what I've got to try to do.
Oh, should
You
I
cannot
type that in,
raid
or
your
can
own
Mir do it?
channel. Okay. No, I tried. It said you cannot raid your own channel.
I'm glad you tried. All right. Well, I'm
Alright,
just gonna.
yeah, so
I'm
it'll
not
be-
even gonna
it'll
bother
go
with the
black
end
for a bit.
card. I'm just gonna go straight to done, and then you're gonna go straight on. So ready?
I'm going to leave it a second to update the information. Make sure it comes out
Yeah.
as a second video, not the
Okay.
same. So
Then,
it will be
goodbye,
black
everybody.
For a moment, but just stick around.
Yeah, stick around.
Bye, everyone, for now.